Hello everyone, today is the day potentially for Renault to clinch another title. I can't believe I'm saying that. It's absolutely been an absolutely incredible season, it really has said. It'll be 4 titles out of 4 for gold tonight. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then they've got to outscore Mercedes by 12 points then, but by the way, that maths is coming from far, so it could be completely wrong. It may be completely wrong. It probably is completely wrong, but we'll find out nonetheless. But yes, today could be the day where the Renault team will be a double champion and from gold and silver. That is ridiculous, isn't it? Fantastic stuff indeed then. We are here tonight in Mexico. 17 turns around this circuit. Returned back on the Formula 1 calendar back in 2015. Of course, it was on the Formula 1 calendar before as well in the late 80s and early 90s as well, of course, and everyone remembers the scene where Mance went on the outside of Gerhard Berger back in 1989 when he drove for the Ferrari team. So we've got some great spectacular memories as well. I think Ayrton Senna also had a big smash, didn't he, at Paratada as well. But yeah, 17 turns around this circuit, 2.6 miles, so not too long then, 4.3 kilometers, depending if you want to be European about this. That record is set by Valtteri Bottas, who's still got his wheel stuck on his Mercedes from what I've heard today. But never mind about that then, because hopefully we don't have any problems for the Mercedes here tonight. That record for Mexico in terms of silver was German, who set it last season over 1:14.882 there as well. German took the Grand Prix win as well. I think it's a 1-2 for the Haas team, wasn't it? Which they clinched the Constructors' Championship. So 2 times, so potentially for the second time in 2 years, we're going to have another Constructors' World Championship being clinched here. Of course, German won it last season. The season before it was Glock as well in the previous 2 races we've had. Troy, of course, already the big confirmed champion, and he had his dress rehearsal for next season last night, didn't he? I got to say, he was magnificent, wasn't he, Troy? I'm looking forward to seeing him in the seen in the action full time. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Gamer is second on 154 points behind Troy now, and Troy is only 6 points away there for having the exact amount of points. He's in front of Gamer as he's got points scored there. As Gamer's on 160 points and he's 154 points away from Troy. Troy's been magnificent, hasn't he? But I feel that it would be a lot closer if though if of course if Gamer was in a couple more races, but which is a bit unfortunate there, of course. Real life does come into the fray, doesn't it? Nigel in third position, 29 points in 29 points in front of Nude Potato in fourth position. Serious Mushroom up into fifth then, and Gordo up into sixth then. It's very much 108 apiece, isn't it, between Serious Mushroom and Gordo. Fantastic. BP dropping down in seventh and he's just a point away from the 100 mark now. Wilson eighth position. He finished fourth last season. This season he's been a bit disappointed with his performance. Having said that, I think he's doing a great job as well. I think he's just as impressive as it was last season for me. Farfin, 9th position then, with Maldonado 10th and TK in 11th position then, all on 73 points then. Goodness gracious me, that is very nip and tuck there, isn't it? Good stuff. Curly is 6 points further back in 12th position, with FIFA further 6 points away from Curly in 13th position. It's so close, isn't it, this midfield of silver? That is why that's why it's so close, this silver championship is, and it's going to be some more twists and turns, I feel, before the end of the season as well. Bradfield dropping down to 14th position. Then young Tommy has moved himself out of the relegation zone, I think, for the first time since being in silver with that magnificent performance last time out. Ayrton is 2 points away from safety now then, as him and Steve, he's 2 points away behind Steve and young Tommy down there. Young Tommy is the man on form. We've got Baz in 19th position, and both the Alpha Taris could be dropping out of the division by the end of this season. And 20th position is Billet as well, who also has a chance of getting out of the relegation zone then. In the Constructors' standings then, as we already mentioned, Renault can be the Constructors' champion here tonight then, of course, if they outscore Mercedes by 12 points then. It's only, Mercedes got to get under 88 points if they want to keep themselves in the championship chase. Ferrari in third position, 60 points away from the Mercedes team. Alfa Romeo have jumped up into fourth position, but listen to this, 214 points Alfa Romeo, 115 points Racing Point, 115 points the Williams team. It's nip and tuck between 4th, 5th and 6th. My goodness gracious me. The Haas team are not too far back either. They're 13 points behind the Williams team in 7th position. I think Haas have done a great job. Really, Billet and Gordo have outperformed the car brilliantly this season. 8th position is the Red Bull team, 27 points adrift. Remember, Red Bull was very much flirting with first and second at the beginning of the season. 9th position is the McLaren team. Alpha Tauri in 10th position, 17 points adrift. And the Constructors is just as close as the drivers' standings. And no, say that's me done then. Great stuff indeed. Then I hope you're all enjoying the coverage on the Facebook stream as well. I gotta say, you might have to wear sunglasses on the Facebook stream. It's taken me almost an hour to figure out to turn up the brightness on this contraption capture card thingy. But it might be a bit too bright. But unfortunately, I've forgotten how to turn it down then. But there we go. Never mind. Yeah, apologies if it's too bright. Let me know if it's too bright in the comments, and ALR I'll get one of the ALR admins to sort it out then. Yes, we are now into the practice session itself, and out onto the track there comes an AlphaTauri straight from the get-go. It is real Johnny. It is AlphaTauri then as he accelerates out onto the circuit as well. I think this is real Johnny's first race in ALR Silver, if I'm not very much mistaken. I am not very much mistaken. I broke my cursor though, which isn't good then, as it can't go down now. Oh gosh. Hang on, turn it back on, that would do. Real Johnny, the first driver out on the circuit, and he's got a white helmet here. It looks like a default helmet there, so I'm very disappointed in Johnny. But perhaps then he might have been just a bit too but I wonder if he just had to rush there. Gamer in action tonight as well, as Gamer's going to try its utmost best, isn't he, to stop the Renault team there from clinching the Constructors' Championship there. Remember that you get trophies, don't you? Not for becoming first, second and third, but you also get a trophy for becoming the Constructors' World Champions as well. And that is what is on the table here, isn't it? And of course, the only trophy I'm going to get, I think, is the poo emoji after my performances in bronze this season. My word there. Yes, I think after USA, I was very much humbled by the bronze field then, as I just couldn't keep up with them. They was absolutely magnificent, weren't they? Right then, let's take a look at the comments, shall we? We got Welshman Nodder saying first, Tango saying good evening. I hope they put on a good show for you today, and people have better luck than I did there. What a shame for Tango. We're on board then with one of Tango's team members, and this is Uriel Johnny and out of the final turn, and he is racing in place of Baz. Baz there is almost certainly he's not almost certainly, because he's got 2 races to go. There's still about 52 points up for grabs after this race, but from Baz's point of view, then it's getting more and more difficult, isn't it, to escape that relegation zone, isn't it? Same with Billet as well. Billet, I don't think, is in this race either tonight, which is not good then. So 2 of the 3 constructors two of the 3 relegation contenders are not driving tonight then, and that is going to put more and more pressure on them, isn't it? Ferrari has started off his lap then, and look, here's Echo. He hasn't raced for a while, Echo has, and then he's back in action. He's in the familiar red Ferrari car as well. Echo is, I think this is Echo's, not Echo's, I don't think this is Echo's, this is Echo's second time driving in silver this season. And he drove in silver back in Bahrain as well, so it's good to see Echo back in the car as well. Great stuff indeed then, for Echo Meister. This is his third start for silver. Echo is. I don't think Echo has ever scored a point in silver yet. So can he put that appalling stat then to bed here tonight? Then we're on board then with Echo. He is now coming into the stadium sector as well. Gordo, hello, Gamer, Gamer evening. Echo, good evening, and Dylan evening as well. Hello, welcome. And here comes Echo, who's on with the beautiful Michael Schumacher helmet there from 2000 and beyond. And he goes fast on a 15.188 then. We've got Tango in the background there, just come across the line. TK has gone fast instead in the Alfa Romeo. Then, of course, TK is in that almighty battle with Farf and the Welsh Maranado for 9th, 10th and 11th, and they could suck other drivers into that battle as well. So do not go anywhere on that one, because I think that one's going to be good. Ayrton is going at third fast, and he is 7/10 second away from Echo at the moment. Ayrton is Ayrton needs to pick up some points if he wants to get out of the relegation zone. He was very unlucky in Japan a couple of weeks ago, wasn't he? And of course, last week him and Baz came to blows there, didn't they? And Baz was a very unhappy chappy, wasn't he, to say the very least. Maldonado is just starting her lap now. We've got Tommy there just coming over the curb side. Gordo's gone second fast, and once again underlining his potential. I'm looking forward to seeing what Gordo can do next season. I really am, because I think that there is the drivers that are going up at the moment then is going to be Nigel, Gamer, and Troy. And unfortunately, we haven't got Nigel tonight. Then, so you have New Potato potentially could be seeing that final promotion at spot away from Troy. There, Maldonado there is visiting the scenery by the looks there. So she's just getting back on at circuit as well. Serious Mushroom coming down the back straight right on board, young Tommy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next season. And we got Serious Mushroom, Gordo, BP, and as a BP there, and we've probably got, and I would even throw in there Wilson, Maldonado, and maybe Curly Red as well. I think that and TK. for maybe going for the championship honours. That's what's so great about Silver, isn't it? I think it's so close there. New Potato's gone fastest, talking to the devil, and there he is. And he is a 10th for a second in front of his teammate at the moment. That's good times there from the Alfa Romeo team then. A very good way to start off this session here tonight then. On board with Cyrus Mushroom then. Of course, he was third last season, wasn't he? Cyrus Mushroom was this season. He hasn't got a win, has he, to his name, but Cyrus Mushroom now has, I think he is, he's been driving absolutely beautifully, hasn't he, this season. I would like to see what he could do next season in the car, and wherever that car may be. Of course, we do have a random draw for next season, of course, so keep your eyes open. There's also the awards that are going on as well. It's a busy old weekend at ALR, because I think the awards actually open on Thursday evening, and Cyrus Mushroom splits the Alfa Romeos there by a whisker there. Good stuff, Fed. Whilst Ronaldo's out on circuit, and we've got Curly coming down the back straight as well. Here comes Maldonado then coming up into the stadium sector as well, and three DRS zones around the Mexican circuit, and of course, there's one on the start-finish straight, one on the back straight in between 3 and 4, and of course, one coming up into the stadium sector as well. Then, Gordo saying, "I'm scared of this track. It's fun, but I'm totally honest. I am quite slow on it." Whilst Maranado going across the line, I've just knocked all my telemetry off, and that's not good. Maranado goes at 5th fast there, also in the 14th as well. And gosh, I'm sorry, I'm breathing so heavily. Oh goodness me, I think it's because oh God, I don't know, probably because I've had too much coke tonight, or maybe it's because I just see these Formula 1 cars in action, and it gets me very excited indeed. I keep knocking, I can't stop flicking my hands around. We got Curly, who's invalidated this time. Bradfield on a outlap for the moment, and so is Real Johnny going for another time run as well. Curly there, I think a bit of frustration there, or maybe he's just trying to get some tyre temperature into that McLaren as well. I would say that the McLaren, if there was a constructors battle for qualifying, I would actually say, or points was given out in qualifying, I would say that Bradfield and Curly would be easily, well, the McLaren would definitely be, I feel, very much right in the mix there with the constructors. Unfortunately, points are not given out in qualifying. They're given out on race day, or race time, I should say, as ALR has qualifying and the race right together, don't they? Makes a spectacular spectacle, doesn't it? Of course, so the drivers do practice throughout the week. I'd say that Silver, the reason why Silver is so competitive, because I think that Silver does have the most practice sessions out of all the divisions there, and that's why I reckon it makes it so exciting to watch. It really does, doesn't it? Bradfield coming down the back straight as well. There's Curly in the background, and Curly's usually the ringmaster, isn't he, of getting some practice sessions together as well. And I think that definitely bodes well in qualifying, but unfortunately the races like Curly and Bradfield haven't had the best of lucks, have they, unfortunately. As in just now on board then with now on board then with Bradfield there. Just take a look at the comments as well. Cyrus Mushroom, evening, or good evening, Cyrus Mushroom. Dylan saying it's going to be penalty city. It is indeed, isn't it? Of course, we had a lot of penalties last night. Unfortunately, William now had a lot of penalties. I think it was disqualified in the end, but I think that was more down to frustration than anything else there. As William there was very unlucky in qualifying, and then in the race as well. It was a tough old race, wasn't it, for William there? And I think the safety car came out a bit too late in the day for William. Bradfield across the line, and Bradfield goes 8th fast. As said, he is one of the slower cars at the moment. To the pits, there comes Curly. We got Johnny then, who is now into the Mickey Mouse part of the circuit in the stadium sector as well for the AlphaTauri team. AlphaTauri are currently bottom in the constructors at the moment then, and they need to address that, don't they? Johnny goes up 6th fast. That's a much better time now from Johnny. He's a 10th for a second away from Maldonado. A good time indeed then. Ayrton's 300 a second up, then Bradfield then is just finishing off his lap. So I've got a very itchy ear at the moment. Oh goodness me. Ayrton has invalidated his time as well. Whilst Ayrton there tries to get himself together, we got Gordo saying dry, and I think that he's on about the race itself, the weather, and we didn't have any rain last night, but it was very dull, wasn't it? Of course, I think someone said in the comments last night that it's going to probably rain in Cobalt. Well, Silver, it usually rains as well, doesn't it? So this is very unusual there to see it not to rain here tonight. And it's Silver. Ayrton's abandoned this time and come back into the pits about 8 minutes ago in this qualifying session. This is the only qualifying one, I remind you. Young Tommy, evening all that. Nigel, last 3 races there with a crying emoji there, as I think Nigel's really has really enjoyed his time in silver, hasn't he? Doing a great job indeed, Nigel. So he won his first Grand Prix in over a couple of seasons in the Belgian Grand Prix. A very good time indeed there. As I've just, I think it was Bradfield, has just gone up to 7th fastest now, 10th of a second away from Real Johnny then, who is just in front of us at the moment. We've got Jake the Slayer, who started his lap then, who's coming down the back straight then at the moment. The two championship protagonists of Troy and a Gamer hasn't appeared on the pitch yet, as we're about over half distance now in this qualifying one session then, as Slayer is coming right in front of us now then. Troy, good evening Troy then. I'm not looking forward to the race tomorrow there. Dylan is saying I'm not either, to be honest there. I think that someone said it's going to be penalty central. I got to say I'll probably have the most penalties in ALR history without getting disqualified. That is my target for tomorrow, surely. We have also got a Formula moment say, yo, everyone. Gunnar saying, evening and good luck, Silver. Good evening, Gunnar. Slayer saying, not good here, hoping for a miracle. We've got Dave Cummington, a former ALR Grand Prix winner with bronze, saying, hello, good evening, Dave. Blatant Rage, come on, Curly. As Becca is asking, any Mexican facts there? Oh, goodness me. I do know that the Mexican wave which originates from here, I don't think it does, actually, does it? I'm sure it originates from France. Is that right, or is that wrong? I would like someone to really enlighten me on that, because I think I'm making it up as I go along. Other Mexican facts then, Nigel's gone fast, thank goodness me, 3/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second in front now, and Nigel is racing tonight, and I think I'm absolutely talking rubbish there. It's FIFA that's not racing tonight, so yeah, it's good 17 there. Nigel is racing tonight, and gotta say, no one listens to me, because I said that, and no one even picked up on that then, so that was a test you all failed. Farf has failed as well at the moment there. He's invalidated his time, so he's gonna have to have another by the cherry, isn't he? We're just watching Slayer coming down the back straight now. Slayer hasn't set a time just yet, 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session. The only facts I do know about Mexico really is, well, I don't really know much about Mexico, to be honest. I think Hamilton clinched his world championship. Did he do it in 2017 here, or was it 18? I think it was 17, wasn't it? Oh, good gosh, maybe, or it was somewhere along those lines, wasn't it? But apart from that, it's the highest track in terms of altitude on the Formula 1 calendar, if anyone's interested. That's about it, really. I'm not going to say. And of course, in terms of the car setup and things like that, you will hit speeds very reminiscent to a Monza spec, because the air is so thin up here as well. So of course, so you'll be on like a Barn Dulab Monaco setup with potentially then with Monza speeds around here. Then of course that is how the aerodynamics work, which is above my head. Then is Troy. Look at how much speed that Troy takes into the stadium sector. Absolutely phenomenal stuff indeed. Then cheers for saying great lap, but too much fuel. Gordo is saying that it's that country that borders the USA. It is indeed, isn't it? I think it's Central America, isn't it? Troy goes fast there as well. 2/10 second in front of Nigel. Troy is a good time indeed then. Gamer is out on circuit, and of course Gamer has emerged out of the pit lane. Farfar got a crash there. Did he have a crash there with Curly last year? I think he did, didn't he, really? As it got a bit too untoward there, didn't it, in the final part of the lap last year. Dan Murphy, who's in the Red Bull, I think. He is, well, he's not qualified now, because I don't think Murphy likes qualifying, does he? Or perhaps his team doesn't like him to qualify as well, because maybe his team now probably thinks he might be a bit of a Maldonado-esque kind of driver and doesn't want him to go into the wall. Then of course I'm Josh Head. Oh goodness me, or maybe I am Danning. But of course I'm taking the mic there, of course, because of Murphy's a very competent driver. He has been on pole position 4 times in ALR Gold then. I think it's one of the best pole positions that I'll ever remember in ALR, which is back in the German Grand Prix in Season 2, I think it was. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Slayer has gone 14 fast motor, knocked Ayrton down into 15th, and BP is invalidated this time. We're on board now with Gamer, who's second in the World Championship. My gosh, that back end is shaking from left to right for Gamer. Goodness me, then. I was very much holding on to myself as well there. Oh my word, I thought he was going to go off there. Game hasn't set a time just yet. We have got Johnny saying that track limits are horrible. Gura saying that here I thought my time was good then. Is Dylan saying tell me about it, Johnny then. Hamilton clinched both titles here in 2018 and at 17. Now thank you very much, Gordo. So I was kind of half right. I'm going to say I'm technically right then, because of there's a game which just come across the line there, but his time hasn't registered yet according to the tower on the left hand side. BP is back in the pits at the moment now. Troy is retired from the session. Now Gamer's time, I'm not sure, is Has Gamer invalidated his time somewhere? I think he did, didn't he, actually? I'm talking absolute rubbish there. Yeah, so Hamilton did clinch the title here in 2017 and 18 as well. I'm going to have to get out my season reviews, don't I? Because I think my memory is absolutely it's absolutely appalling at the moment. Favre has got up into 6th pass and after a difficult start to the qualifying session for Favre. Hopefully he'll get further in turn 1 like last week. Unfortunately, he did have a couple of gremlins, didn't he? As him and TK came to blows there into turn 1. Unfortunately, into the pits there comes Ayrton, and he's in 15th position at the moment. Now Gamer has it's still down in 18th on the timing sheet, though. I'm not sure if that's right or not. I think he did invalidate his time, though, didn't he? Or am I just making this up, then? 3 minutes to go in this qualifying session. We're going to lose 3 drivers. Murphy out already. We have lost. We're going to be losing either BP or Gamer at this moment in time, then. But having said that, both those 2 drivers haven't set a competitive lap time just yet, have they? So, but we're going to keep a close eye on that. And remember that we are in the twilight of ALR Silver this season. We're on round 20 here tonight. After 22, we've got Brazil and Abu Dhabi to come. And, of course, there's been a fabulous season, hasn't it? Remember, Silver last season went right down to the wire between Gurman and Murphy. That's not going to happen this season, is it? Gamer now as going for now by the charity. Now he's set a time then, but he needs to be a little quicker than that then if he wants to progress in this qualifying session then. Service Merchant there is 74 down. Well, he's really pulling his toe down. He's in the Williams team there. Both him and young Tommy are doing a great job at the moment for the Williams team. And young Tommy there, I think, is on such great form now. He's been very unlucky, hasn't he, young Tommy, as in the Japanese and Russian Grand Prix. I think Singapore as well, actually. Serious Merchant there has once again been a very firm and steady hand for the Williams team, and that is exactly what they need, don't they? Serious Merchant across the line. He goes slower than his previous best there. He stays 4 fast a moment now. Gamer back out with him with just under 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session there. Now coming into the SSN. And yes, indeed. Then of course these S's are quite perilous, and that's probably where a lot of the track limits and corner cuts are going to come from now from the drivers. So that's where we're going to see a lot of penalties, I would say. Then, so it's about not getting any penalties at all. Is it? It's going to be a tough one. This one is a Gamer Day coming into the stadium sector as well. Now into the final part of the lap. Then accelerated underneath me now. Then out of the Nigel Mansell turn. Where is this going to stick him then on the grid there? It puts him 9th fastest Gamer. He's done 4 laps on the soft tyres, so keep that in mind. Then BP is on the laps now. We've also got Curly on 15th position. Now Farfan is retired from the session there, but don't worry, Farfan, he is just in the pits at the moment now. Farfan sounds like Farfan, don't they? Of course, the ex-Schalke player, wasn't he? I liked Farfan back in the day. He was very good on FIFA. I think it was FIFA 15 or 14, perhaps. He was quicker than a hiccup, wasn't he? Here's another man who's quicker than a hiccup. It's BP. Then in the racing points, well, then of course he's involved in that mammoth battle, isn't he? BP is locking up the inside left front tire. BP is and the car is not set too wide then, and now going under the stadium sector as well. Then BP out of the final turn. Then now let's see where he's going to put himself in. This is to get through. He's done quite nicely indeed, and comfortably through into qualifying too. He is a 10th for a second behind Nigel and a couple of tenths in front. Then same with Curly Red, who's now into 4th position, and that is really Ayrton's out of qualifying now, unfortunately. So Ayrton is out of qualifying. He's invalidated his time. What about Slayer? Slayer needs to find 4/10 of a second, and Gamer could be out of qualifying here. Then this is going to be a oh my gosh, sir! And I think I've just seen a comment now, and I think I know why. I think that a Gamer is saying he is so stupid. Then, and that's unfortunate for Gamer. Has he gone off in a big way? I think he may have done there, and that is all good at all. Then, but can Slayer coming out of the final turn then, and here we're on board now with a Slayer as well. Gamer is already out of the qualifying, unfortunately. Slayer comes across the line. He improves by a fraction, but he is out qualifying, and that is it then. So qualifying 1, we have lost Dan, we have lost Ayrton, we have lost Slayer, and we have lost Gamer as well. A multiple Grand Prix winner this season. He's a 5-time Grand Prix winner in silver. Gamer is there, but tonight he is out of qualifying then. My goodness me. And so that is such a shame indeed then, that we've also got to say, no, I damaged my wing on my out lap. So I was saying, ran out of fuel, took out too much there. Dylan saying that was scary. Ooh, 2 Mercedes are out then. And yes, that is not good at all, is it? Because remember, Becca is flying the flag for the Renault team tonight. Her and Troy, the world champion from silver. And remember, if I think the magical number is that if the Renault team just scores 23 points, the job is done then, basically. Or if or I think it was 12 points, isn't it? But they got to score, I don't know. All I know is they got to be under 88 points, and that's all I need to know. Got to say, thank goodness it is through then. Nerdy went into Gamers Ruined card, as that was quite surprised indeed. Slayer, no practice, not surprised, been busy there, and so that's a shame now for Slayer. So he's just on board with his card, and he is just doing it some laps at the moment as well then. So yes, the Renault team are going to be smiling from ear to ear. Cyril beat Ball. It was Cyril beat Ball at this time anyway. Now it is Marcin Bukowski now, isn't it? The former FIA man, isn't he? Who's at the helm then, along with the former Suzuki man? I've forgotten his name. But back at this time it was Cyril beat Ball. Right, out of qualifying then, we got 4 drivers that have been knocked out of qualifying. Dan Murphy with his little dinosaur down in 18th position now. Ayrton in 17th position. Slayer having some issues there in 16th position. Gamer going off there in the perilous Nigel turn there, which Nigel's rechristened that now, hitting that Gamer out of qualifying as well. So that is the 4 drivers out of qualifying. When we're going to lose another 4 drivers in qualifying too, as we advance then. We're another 15 minutes to go to determine who's going to be the next 4 slowest cars here in Mexico City then. Excuse me a minute whilst I quickly get rid of all me notifications as well. Not a popular young man, it's just Discord. Right then, as we're now into qualifying 2 here tonight then. And so now this is where we're going to be losing another 4 drivers then as well. Both Mercedes then are out of qualifying, and goodness me, they're having a horror show here tonight, just like they did in Monaco yesterday. So yeah, that Mercedes then on a bit of a rough patch at the moment, which is not very good, is it, for those drivers then. For Gamer or for Slayer, is it then? So yes, we are now then approaching qualifying 2, and out of the pits first comes Echo then. Remember, this is Echo's first Grand Prix in a very long time, and so this is only his 3rd Grand Prix in silver. He has never scored a point in silver then. He's hoping to put that right here tonight as he accelerates out of the pit now, and it is a long run down into turn 1. It's there. Remember last night, I completely forgot to mention it in qualifying, that I would say that pole position is probably not the best place to start in this race, is it? This is not a best place to start in qualifying at all, is it? Remember that Emerson had a great launch last night, didn't he? And goodness me, really putting the squeeze on Gurman there, going down into turn 1 there. So perhaps it's going to be like Russia, where Perha is the second row of the grid, then it might be more happier than the front row, perhaps, because they're going to be punching in air, aren't they? Going down into, punching a hole in the air, going down into turn 1, and the drivers behind them are just going to be slipstreaming in, and they're going to be absolutely loving life out there. Potato out on circuits. We haven't seen much of Spud yet, have we? So we keep an eye on him as well. We've got Gamer saying this is why I'm not the champion. There too many mistakes there from Gamer, unfortunately. Gamer there being very harsh on himself. And remember, he started off the season so incredibly well. In the first 5 races up until the Dutch Grand Prix, he was on the podium 5 out of 5 times there. Unfortunately, went a bit untoward in Spain there before returning back onto the podium in Azerbaijan. But then he had a lot of he's had very much up and down second half of the season, hasn't he? In this second half of the season, if I'm not very much mistaken, I think he's only scored, oh goodness me, here we go then. He has scored only 33 points, if my quick maths is right then. So since the Canadian Grand Prix, Gamer has only scored 33 points then, which unfortunately, that's... That form is not good enough, is it, for Gamer? Which is a shame, really, isn't it? But of course, having said that, though, he had a great end of season and great start of the season as well, didn't he? But unfortunately, he's admitted then there are too many mistakes, and that's a very strong attribute to have, really, isn't it? To when you admit your mistakes as well. But of course, it's all about experience, isn't it? And remember the likes of Nico Rosberg. Then he of course was made a bit too many mistakes, didn't he? In 2014, and I think it was 2015 actually when he made a mistake, which ultimately cost him the World Championship in the United States Grand Prix of 2015. That incredible race there, as he got on the wheels, didn't he, on the very wet AstroTurf area, which ultimately let Hamilton buy the championship. Was done by then anyway, but that was just another mistake there for Nico Rosberg. But yes, there's a long line of mistakes. Done 99-5. Damon Hill had a whole bunch of them as well. Because I am listing off a lot of the greats then, the greats and the good from Formula 1. Damon Hill hit a wet patch at the Nürburgring then, which effectively ended his World Championship campaign as well, didn't it? We have also got where he spun out in Hockenheim in turn 1, but I can't remember if that was a technical failure or if that was a Hill failure. But he's leading lap 1 in Hockenheim, and unfortunately he was was speared off into the barrier. Another mistake was where him and Schumacher came to blows at the British Grand Prix, and of course they're also in the Italian Grand Prix in the second chicane as well. It was the third chicane back then, wasn't it? But it's the second chicane now. So yes, the greats and the good have all made mistakes in their championship campaigns, haven't they? And of course the great, and even the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton made a mistake when he was beat into the gravel in that horrific race in China back in 2007 as well, then, which ultimately cost him the world championship, didn't it? Really, because of that issue there, which was such a shame, wasn't it, for Lewis Hamilton? German saying, "Come on, Kurt." Then we got Gordo saying a bit of an unpopular opinion here, but Mazepin deserves more credit for Monaco if they swap places. And Mazepin was asked, he would be the worst driver ever, and if Mick was in front, he'll be the best one of all time. Then, as just on board, then Formula Moment said, saying everyone seems to like the stream. Then, we got 11 likes, 11 dislikes, and what's standard stuff, really, isn't it? I don't. It seems to be every time that a certain someone's in the comments there. But there we go. Then, what can you do? But there you go. To be honest, so if you do really dislike the stream, then it'd be nice to have some feedback, or if you're just being a bit, I don't know, being a bit sheepish about life. And there we go. Anyway, just watching New Potato then, who is going for a second time run as well into the stadium sector. We've also got. We've also got Jamie Wright saying, "Come on, Johnny." That's well, good 17 there, Johnny is. I think they're in the League of Ireland, I think. That's what LOL stands for, or LOE stands for. So good 17 then, of course. So yeah, great stuff. We just got, we got another Irishman of New Potato then just coming in the pits. And the only driver to set a time so far is New Potato then. We was watching Echo, but unfortunately invalidated his first time then, so he's going to have to go for another bite of the cherry now, isn't he? Echo is as well. Remember, we also are live on Facebook as well then, so yes, by the way, if you are watching on Facebook, I apologise profusely, as you probably have, you're going to have to wear sunglasses, because I think it's quite bright on my own screen here, but there we go. Or maybe there it's just because I'm ginger and I don't like to be outside too often then, perhaps. There we go. That's my excuse, says it, and I'm going to stick with them as well. I should probably be live in Mexico. We are in Mexico. Live in Alaska, I think it's Alaska, isn't it? On board, and then we were on board with the Ferrari. We're not anymore. Then he is coming down the straight. Echo is then, and where is he going to brake? Coming into turn one. Then where are the brake markers out? Goodness me! Just before the 100-meter board, that is absolutely insane, isn't it? These cars have got some formidable, incredible brake horsepower, haven't they? Great stuff indeed. Then, and now on the short back straight as well. And look at the heat haze coming off of the track, isn't it? It's very warm up here in Mexico, isn't it? And that is that's not what is, of course, definitely what you expect as well here tonight. Into the mini stadium sector here, we've got young Tommy out on a lap as well as Echo. We're almost halfway through this qualifying 2 stage. Only one driver has put a time on the board so far. That is New Potato, who's gone onto the medium compound tyres. He's done a 14.6 so far. New Potato has said, of course, in this qualifying. Echo was a bit greedy there, wasn't he? And he's invalidated his time. He's going to be kicking himself on that one, because I feel that would have been a bit of a lazy corner cut there from Echo, as he just straightened up the car a bit too much there, wasn't he? So that's a bit of a shame now for Echo. However, he has got time for another run then. So Echo, it might not be a crucial mistake in this session just yet, but we'll find out to see how Echo improves there as well. Young Tommy then staying away from that curve there as well. I got to say, there is an argument though that Echo didn't gain much time at all there. He didn't, did he? Really? But that is the track limits there, isn't it? It's all or nothing, really, isn't it? Which is kind of what you want to be in the real world of Formula 1, I suppose. Going back to Gordo's comment about Mazepin, I completely agree, actually. Mazepin, I think, did a good job, actually, in Monaco, didn't he? Young Tommy goes second fast there, 4/10 of a second away from Nude Potato. Yeah, Mazepin, I think he did a great job, actually, in Monaco. Did a good job indeed there. Maldonado, unfortunately, has invalidated time then, so that's not good for Maldonado. But I think that Mick Schumacher didn't cause like $500,000 worth of damage in his sessions there, because he did crash a couple of times there. He had a problem in Q and FP2, and FP3 as well. Did he have some issues? I think he did, didn't he? And then unfortunately it was a bit of a difficult weekend for Mick Schumacher, wasn't it? I am a big fan of Mick Schumacher, because it just makes me feel very old indeed. It gives me nice feelings to see the likes of Verstappen back on the grid, or Schumacher back on the grid there, or Magnus on the grid as well. But unfortunately we've lost Magnus now, haven't we? We got Tomlinson validate this time then. Gordo is starting out his lap as well. He's got 2 racing points on the Coming on the back straight of BP and Farfare. I wonder if they're going to be doing a bit of team play here. Of course, they only want team play going into turn one, and I think Farf has done that absolutely beautifully well, because I've just seen a racing point on the track map, going, just getting out the way then, going down into turn one then. As just on board now then, the League of Ireland lads, I love that you're commentating. Oh, thank you. I'm surprised that anyone could understand what I'm saying half the time, really. I don't know what I'm saying half the time either. And the most horrific thing is when we have to do the highlight videos, and I'm thinking, what was I talking about there? I absolutely no earthly idea. I do know that Gordo's on fire tonight, though, as he has gone second fastest. TK, unbeknownst to me, has gone fastest so far there, so I've really got to concentrate on my serious pressure, though. It's gone at third fastest, and as he's back on DRS straight away. Farfen is, both racing points of submission there. Here comes Nigel out of the final turn there. Car 36, he is second fastest. He is the fastest of the medium compound runners. Good stuff. BP and Farfar are going to go for another bite of the cherry now, aren't they? So let's see what they can do then. And accelerates out then. Let's see what he can do now then. And Farfar is coming to the pit. As Real Johnny has retired from the session there. I'm wondering. I think he's in the pits, isn't he? I'm so confused. I think that he is in the pits there, isn't he? As a Serious Mushroom has just... I think it was just... I'm so confused at the moment. What's going on? But there we go. I'm always confused. And I'm sure someone just jumped out the field there, but I can't tell who is that. Anyway, we're on board then with Serious Mushroom. Then I look down, I look back up. I have no idea what's going on. I'm so confused with Live Fan. But there we go. Oh, Real Johnny's got no tyres left, so that is a shame then for Real Tommy. It's a yellow flag in Sector 2. It is a Ferrari of Nigel just getting out the way at the moment now, so that's why Real Johnny retired from the session. He's got no tires left, so that's a shame now for Real Johnny. He's going to be very much at the I think he's going to be out, unfortunately, at Real Johnny, unless we have an incredible end to this qualifying session now, where we lose a abundance amount of cars. We do have the two Renaults still to come there. Remember that the Renault drivers are trying to make history tonight there, and Renault going to become the first time ever in their silver career. BP, my goodness me. Wow. I got to say, that's a very easy flat-out kick normally, isn't it? But BP, they're very much as an entertainer tonight, isn't he? Great stuff indeed. He comes through the stadium sector as well. Just going back to the Renault team now, going to be the first time ever in silver history, then going to be the Constructors' World Champions. Renault have already won it 3 times in gold, haven't they? They are very much, they are absolutely fine Vettel indeed there. Remember, this was the historic shot we had last season, was it, where the two Haas drivers were very much formation flying down there when they clinched the world championship with German and Liam, Unfortunately, Liam, was feeling a bit worse for wear last night, wasn't he? As, he had to retire the car because of a handling issue there, which is a shame now for Liam, wasn't it? But I think he had a wedding the night before, wasn't he? So we'll have to let him off there. TK has retired from the session. He's very happy up there in the first position, isn't he? Why shouldn't he be either? Troy's gone full fast on the medium tyres. We're on board Maldonado. It looks like the Renault team are splitting their strategy. Medium tyres then for Troy, so he's going to go longer in the first stint, whilst Maldonado is going for more of an attacker strategy to get through the end. Gordo fuming, great middle sector, but a horrendous final sector. So Gordo there looks like he's got the potential in that car, but he needs to string the sectors together, don't they? Whilst Maldonado getting very attached to that curve. Oh, and she's gone first this area. I've swallowed my tongue. That's amazing stuff there from Maldonado. 10 for a second, or less than 10 for a second in front of TK as well. Is that going to be safe there from Maldonado? I think it will be, to be fair. So I think well done indeed, that's Maldonado. On board young Tommy. It's a good opportunity tonight now for young Tommy to very much solidify his place in silver for next season now. So, and I think that young Tommy there has only raced. Hang on, let me get me old. Let me get me over my spreadsheet up as well there. Young Tommy's only raced in, this only his 11th Grand Prix start this season, doesn't he? And he's been very unlucky anyway. At the best of times there, young Tommy definitely deserves a place in silver, doesn't he? But of course then, he has to earn it. He is second and 2/10 second improvement now. Good stuff indeed there for young Tommy. We got Bradfield on the medium tyres as well then. And he is now down the back straight there. Let's take a look at the best tyres so far. And those are the drivers on the medium tyres. When we've got everyone apart from TK and Maldonado, who are on the medium tyres. And they've got the best time on the medium tyres as well. Good stuff indeed then, but I have a feeling there's going to be some drivers coming out on the soft tyres. Curly and Gordo are already primed and ready to go. Then they're still on the jacks in the pit lane at the moment. Then when are they going to be released? Then are they going to be released for this qualifying final part, qualifying 2? I think that they probably will be if they want to get through into qualifying 3, don't they? Yellow flags is Echo there is just getting out of the way of one of the Williams cars there. And Favre hasn't set a time just yet either. He's on the soft tyres. Echo is also on the soft tyres. Echo would like to get a time in. Bradfield has stayed on the medium compound tyres at the moment before accelerated away. Serious Mushroom is saying he's not too concerned about going out because I think Serious Mushroom would like to be on the alternative strategy here, perhaps. It's a long drag down turn 1. Bradfield not making it for at the moment. Has he got enough fuel for one more run? I think he has. Troy has called it a day, hasn't he? So Troy then is currently 5th fastest at the moment. Is he in danger of being knocked out? I don't think he is, personally. But I've been wrong before. Far down the end part of the circuit then into the mini stadium sector as well. There they are then. We cannot wait to see the fans back in Mexico. Of course, coming in the late part of the year as well. On board now with Farfar as well. So he's coming through the S and riding over those curbs as well. Oh, he's a bit greedy on that curve then. I thought he was going to spin there. Look at Farfar there. Goodness me then. It was a great 70 there for Farfar. He has gone a purple in the second sector. He's on a 55 flat then. And he now breaks down into a third gear as well before getting accelerated on then. And there's a Welshman saying she is absolutely terrified, petrified of going through sector 2 as I think that it might be because of she might be lacking a bit of downforce on that Renault. Favre goes fastest and he's into the 13s, the first driver into the 13s in this event tonight. Good stuff indeed there. Bradfield is 6 seconds off the pace and I think this might be exit stage there for Bradfield. Young Tommy is 2 seconds off the pace as well. We've got 16 seconds to determine our top 10 shootout then for the for going for pole position in just a jiffy or free. As Echo there 55.6 then, so he's 6/10 second off the pace of Favre, but that is more than enough to get him through then. Gordo and Curly have come out to cover their bases then, haven't they? But I think that they young Tommy, I don't think he is out of qualifying. Young Tommy is out, and I think that they could be safe then. Gordo and Curly, I don't think Sirius is, so Sirius is out of qualifying. Echo goes through into qualifying 3. Good stuff indeed for Echo on his return to ALR Silver, on his return to ALR in general. Great stuff indeed there. I wonder if Curly and Gordo are going to back off their times now then, and unless of course they might want to complete their lap there and go out on the soft tyres to start off, which means that they'll have a better launch going down into turn 1 then. We've got a very overcast day as we're just watching the Williams mechanics then roll Tommy back into the garage as well. We've lost both Williams out of qualifying 2 unfortunately, which is such a shame then. Dylan saying no one likes the S section there. Becca, I gotta say I'm not a fan of the S section. I'm not a fan of much of this track, to be fair. I actually am a fan of the straight then, because that's the only place where I don't go off. So yeah, I think that's a great part of the course. Then Gordo coming out of the final turn, and he is backed off in. So Gordo wants to stay on those soft tires. Wants to stay on the medium tires, I should say. Then so yeah, Gordo has decided to call it a day on board with Curly then with his lovely inspired soap helmet there. I love the pink and red colours. It looks a bit more red to me this week, but then again, it's because I've turned up the intensity of this TV a bit. Then I'm actually commentating in HD for the first time, apart from yesterday, for the first time in a very long time, because up till now I've been kind of not in HD. Farfar, who's, I've got to say, absolutely setting the track alive here at this stage of proceedings then, as he is just coming back into the pits now then. So Farfar coming straight back in then, and yes, he is the fastest of qualifying 2 then. Of course, he did his time quite late on in the session, but he'll be very happy with that to be in qualifying 3. That is what it's all about. I've got to say, Farfar's very much running right to the limit of the tank there, wasn't he? Farfar's, and he is just crawling back to the pits, and Farfar's, remember that Hamilton got his pole position taken away from him in the Spanish Grand Prix back in 2012, didn't they? Of course, I don't think that's going to happen here tonight. As Gordo there is, oh gosh, I was getting very concerned because I thought the Gordo, I thought that the air was taking over Gordo's car as they're just cruising now as we are finished off this session then. Serge saying good, he is glad then that he is out of qualifying 3 then. Gordon saying glad I did that. I like to go out and make it back and I'll make it back off and get a get a represent That's a big long word there, Gordo. I can't even say that word. Then what's that? Reprevent? I don't know. I'll give it up. Yes, you can't use big words around me. Goodness me. Good gosh, Gordo, you've made me feel very got to say, as thick as two loaves of Hovis bread. There, my word, very thick Hovis kind as well. I think they still do the super thick bread, don't they? Our qualifying is real Johnny, Bradfield, young Tommy, and Serious Mushroom. He's happy to be out qualifying for young Serious Mushroom because I think that might improve his. He thinks that's going to improve his race, isn't he? Dylan saying Farf is taking his time, doesn't he always? Serious Mushroom, we're driving on Ayrton's fake PlayStation 5 connection. Good luck then. Oh goodness me. Of course, I think we had a lot better. We've had a lot better luck than what we did with Paul's connection there. But of course, I don't like to distribute the blame, but it was Paul's fault. Right, we're into qualifying 3 then. We have got 2 Renaults, 2 Ferraris, 2 racing points. We have also got 2 Alfa Romeos as well. It's like 2 by 2 by 2. And then Gordo and Curly there, the only Haas and McLaren in this qualifying 3 there. Goodness me, is it going to be a Noah's Ark grid then? Well, let's find out, shall we? As we are now out for qualifying 3. Here is TK. He's been on pole position once in his career in ALR. That was at the Monaco Grand Prix, wasn't it? I'm sure that was his debut race as well, wasn't it? I tell a lie, that wasn't his debut race. His debut race was the Dutch Grand Prix. As just now on board as well. Echo saying the game crashed. He needs another invite then. So if Farfen or Ayrton then could yes, good stuff indeed. Well done, my good sirs. Great stuff indeed. Then Farfen, Ayrton doing a very good admin job then tonight. Good stuff indeed. We've also got so far saying Gamer saying, come on Troy, go in the war. I want to battle with you. We've also got Sergio saying, my race pace is better than quali. Good stuff indeed then. And of course, Farf did throw Echo game a invite as well. Ooh, so yeah, I'm looking forward to see what Serious Marshall can do then. He's feeling much more happier in the race than qualifying. Remember, over the years we've had so many drivers are either good at qualifying or good at the racing, aren't they? And of course, so for example, like Jarno Trillian, a very incredible qualifier. I think Kovalainen was a good qualifier as well, wasn't he? Or flashes of brilliance anyway. But yeah, Jarno Trillian was one of the best qualifiers, wasn't he? But unfortunately, he was just not very good in the oh gosh, TK has invalidated his time. He went way too wide out the Nigel Mansell turn there, and has invalidated his time then. So that's going to be a disappointing start into this qualifying session for TK. He's invalidated this time and the next time, so that is unfortunate as well. Johnny back in the session as well. Good to see you, Johnny. As we're just watching Troy coming past me as well. Good to see he flies past me. My wig falls off. Wow, incredible speed as he flies down into turn 1, 2, and 3. Then Troy stops the car, unlike Emerson did last night, as Emerson was having some brake issues last night. Was it? Oh, Troy being a bit too greedy at turn 3, unfortunately. Emerson did completely go across that first chicane, didn't he? He did put that down to some issues there with the gearbox, perhaps, and as he was struggling to downshift, perhaps. But all I heard was excuses there from Emerson there, because he took the Max Verstappen line, didn't he? Of course, that infamous race in 2016, actually, which where we had a very great battle between Ricardo, Verstappen and Vettel as well. Now infamous radio message there to Charlie White, and then of course Charlie White, unfortunately, very unfortunately, no longer with us, isn't he? But I think that Vettel did apologise afterwards. It's very similar, though, to football, isn't it, in a way, where you kind of course, it's not. I'm not justifying Vettel at all, then, is it? But in the heat of the moment, well, I am actually, I'm not really. But in the heat of the moment, then, when of course, it's very difficult, isn't it, to keep calm, isn't it, where it feels like the world's against you. Noob Patel goes fast on a 14 flat there to start us off, and Curly Red is 6/10 of a second slower at the moment now, on a 14.6 at the moment now. These are some very red hot times there. Troy is abandoning his time. Marsh Maldonado has also had some issues as well. And we've got Gordo out the front turn. Gordo goes second fast as well. Gordo underlining his potential once again in that Haas car. Great stuff indeed. Then Echo is going out on the medium compound tires. He comes across the line now. We're on board of Echo going down the start-finish straight. But yes, that 2016 race was very good indeed. Of course, I think we had a lot of good races around here, aren't we? Because Verstappen had a great race here as well, didn't he, in 2017. That was a good race, wasn't it? Where Vettel and Hamilton came to blows at that corner there, didn't they? And Verstappen went on to win the race. He absolutely dominated that race, didn't he? Really impressive driving indeed there from Max Verstappen. And he is definitely one for the future, isn't he? Of course, Echo, look at that, and his Echo had to steer out there, and oh goodness me, he was very much foreign in between Rose in between two forms there, wasn't he? Because whatever he did there, he was going to either invalidate, wasn't he, as if he got a bit too quick or a bit too slow there. TK has gone faster, just a whisker in front of his teammate, and TK is going for a second pole position of his career, isn't he? In the Alfa Romeo, he is loving that Alfa Romeo car at the moment now. Curly coming back into the pits as well. BP is down the far end of the circuit, and Echo's invalidated this time, so we're going to stick with BP for the minute then, and go on to the back straight. And now we're coming in to the first section, right? So the 27.8 so far. Oh my word, there is. Oh gosh, I'm getting bloated then. Oh my word. Oh good gosh. I think it's all that on a big old cake earlier on. Well, it wasn't my cake, but it was someone's birthday in the office, and they brought in a big chocolate cake. But of course, there was only about 7-8 of us in there, and I ate half of it. I took it as a personal challenge there. I am really suffering now, though. Don't worry, though. Hopefully I won't be sick like I was a couple of weeks ago in Belgium. Anyway, BP there is matched fast into second intermediate split time from qualifying 2. BP is now into the Mickey Mouse part of the circuit, and it's not the finest piece of racetrack in the world, is it? Not by a long stretch there, but the atmosphere in there is electric. It's an amphitheater, isn't it? Out of final turn then for BP, and where's he going to put his car? It's on pole position there by 4 thousandths of a second now. A great time indeed there for BP. BP has been on pole position twice in his ALR career, and yes, can it be a hat-trick? Yes, no, he's on pole position in the Italian Grand Prix, and he was also on pole position in another Grand Prix as well, but I can't. Oh, it's the Japanese Grand Prix. Yeah, so BP, a great time indeed. What can Nigel do? He's 2/10 of a second down there, so he's 2/10 of a second behind BP at the moment. That at the moment there is going to be fourth on the grid then, and now into the Nigel Mansell turn as well, on board then with his namesake. Then here's Nigel out of the final turn, and Nigel goes 4 fastest there behind New Potato. The one then that's his challenger, isn't it, for the that's challenger for the final promotion spot. Oh, Troy's invalidated again in the Renault. Goodness me, that the pressure is very much on the Renault team, as both drivers haven't set their time just yet. They're on the 5th row of the grid. Here's Maldonado coming down into turn 1, 2 and 3. There's a pinch point down into the first chicane, isn't it? Of course, we've already mentioned about Hamilton and Vettel having a collision there in 2017 now. I don't think we had any did we have a collision down there last night? I don't think we did we? It was a very clean start last night, wasn't it? So good stuff indeed then. Maldonado then is coming up to some traffic in the foreground. That is Nigel, who's just full fast there. Maldonado's had a good first sector there indeed. Good stuff indeed there. Nigel gets out of the way. It's beautifully done there from Nigel. That shouldn't affect Maldonado's time here then, as I am leaning with her from left to right there. Goodness me then, as she is going through the S as well, and that is inch perfect there from Maldonado. What does it say on the stopwatch then? Across the line now, and she's done a 55.2 then. She is in the ballpark of Nigel at the moment, and the battle for 4th and 5th is heated up into the stadium sector as well. And lovely over the shoulder shot here from Maldonado, and look at all the information that is displaying on her steering wheel. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Out of fall turn, and Maldonado goes full fastest, and a 400th of a second in front of Nigel. It is quicker, it is tighter, it is very tight indeed. There's some quick times out here tonight. Here is New Potato. He's gone out earlier than with 4 minutes to go in this qualifying session then. In this qualifying session, New Potato then going for the S as well. I love these on-board footage. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? New Potato having to hesitate there, was he? Doesn't want to invalidate his time. That's how easy it is to invalidate your time. Then is New Potato then is done a 54.9 in the second sector. Oh, goodness me. He's gone wide though. He's gone wide. He's invalidated his time there, New Potato has. And that would have been potentially pole position. That could have been the lap there for New Potato. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So it's Maldonado's going for a second bite of cherry, isn't she? Into the pits there comes New Potato. He's abandoned his time then. Back with Maldonado as well. Oh, she's getting a bit too greedy on that curve. My word there. And very, very perilous there, wasn't she? She was a bit concerned about sector 2. Oh, goodness gracious me then. Some banging time from Silver guys there from the Cirrus Mushroom there. It is indeed. This is ridiculous times. Absolutely fantastic. Maldonado's back in the pits then 3 minutes to go in this qualifying session. It's all quiet now on the circuit. So just as I say that, we got a racing point. It is racing out of the garage now. It is I'm not sure who it is. It's Farfan who hasn't set a time yet. We've got 3 drivers who haven't set a time yet. It is it's Echo and Troy then. So it's Farfan accelerates out then. Of course, now let's see what he's doing then. So he's, I wonder if he's fueled for 2 runs here, Farfan, because he's got time for 2 runs, hasn't he, in the racing point. So he would definitely like that as well. Of course, oh dear, Farfan using Emerson's line now going out of turn 1, 2 and 3. Of course, there on this day as well, whilst we've got, whilst Farfan's on that lap there, of course, I think we've lost Max Mosley today, haven't we? I'm not sure if that's official or not. I hope well, I kind of hope that's not true, really, because Max Mosley was definitely defined my era of Formula One. I must say, the old head of the FIA there, wasn't he? And of course, he is responsible for some of the major rule changes in Formula One as well, isn't he? And of course, him and Bernie Ecclestone were definitely 2 that really masterminded Formula One, didn't they? I think he's 81, wasn't he? So that's unfortunate that Max Mosley is no longer with us. So that's such a shame now, isn't it, for Max Mosley? Unfortunately, one of probably one of the worst memories I have of Max Mosley is really the 2005 United States Grand Prix. Really, as it felt like you're banging your head against a brick door with the teams and Max Mosley himself. But of course, then I feel though that the stuff he put into place there with the likes of the cost cap and things like that is starting to really come into play this season and next season, the season after, which is what you need in Formula One, isn't it? You need the cost cap there to I thought Farfan was going to invalidate his time there. You need a cost cap in place, don't you, in Formula One now? Otherwise, the little teams like the Sauber team, the Haas team are just not going to survive, are they? And that is just not fair at all. We need those little teams in there just as much as the big teams like the Ferrari, like the Mercedes, like the Red Bull teams. That's exactly what you need in Formula One. I'd love to see the likes of maybe a Minardi back in Formula One, or Jordan team that really punching above their weight there. I'm really going toe-to-toe with the big teams like the McLaren, like the Ferrari back in 99, for example. That's what we need, don't we? Farfar's invalidated his time, unfortunately, so Farfar is good enough to have another bunch here, but luckily I think he has fueled up for another go, hasn't he? Let's take a look at the stats. He has indeed then. Good stuff. New Potato then going very wide there. New Potato is a whisker behind BP at the moment. BP is on pole position and for it is a third time of his career. Can he stay there as well? He's going for his first Grand Prix win ever in ALR as well. If he wins today, it is so close to the World Championship, because I think if BP wins today, he'll elevate himself right up into I think he'll elevate himself up into 4th position there as well. So good stuff indeed there for BP. Yellow flag in sector 2 then on board New Potato as well, as he is now flicking it through the S as well, and before coming up into the final part of the S then going a bit wide then DRS and right on the man there for New Potato. He does have a beep in his ear. He doesn't even use the beep, I don't think. Then I don't think he even hears it in his ear, does he? Because because New Potato knows exactly where that line is. TK and Nigel are going to be the final 2 drivers then to set a time then. New Potato is the first driver to throw the gauntlet down then. He is out of the final turn. There's New Potato on pole. He is on pole position there, New Potato is, and that is a magnificent time there for New Potato. That's his 3rd pole position of his season here tonight in ALR. Magnificent. Maldonado's facing the wrong way, and she was getting very hair and scare in the wall there last time. Unfortunately, she's come a cropper this time. Echo goes 6 fast on his return. Great time indeed there for for Echo. And we're on board now with Farfar, so the 55-4 in the second intermediate split time. He's gone wide, Farfar. He's going to be kicking himself. That is it for Farfan. Unfortunately, he's going to be 9th for the very most then on the grid. Then I think he might be 10th because Troy has not invalidated his time just yet. And out of the final turn then, and let's see what Troy can do. And Troy is on pole position. My goodness me, that is absolutely phenomenal. Gordo's invalidated this time. What about Curly? Curly is okay at the moment. He's coming out to the final couple of corners as well, and accelerated away. What is Curly going to do? I'm holding my breath. Is it enough? That's a great time. It's 5th fastest on the grid there. Great stuff indeed then. And Nigel's got up to 3rd as well. Brilliant stuff. And TK is 2nd on the grid there. He's 2 tenths a second away from Troy, who's ready from the benchmark down. BP is only 4th, 5th fastest. New Potato is taking a shortcut. Troy's on pole position now for the Mexican Grand Prix, his 6th pole position of the season as well from Troy. It was a one and done lap. Here's Sebastian Vettel-esque lap there, back in the height of his career in the Red Bull team between 2010 and 2013, and those championship winning years. Fantastic stuff from Troy, and I must say, That is magnificent, isn't it? A 13.5. I can't remember what last night's pole position time was. If anyone can enlighten me on that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But Troy is on pole position. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. Just saying we had to invite people back then, which hopefully hasn't messed up the lobby, but there has been a few glitches there from Ayrton. Gamer saying, what a surprise. GG Troy. Then Gordo saying it would have been 7th if he didn't validate this time then. Sergeant saying good luck as well. As Gordo also saying in that you can take away the 3/10 as my lap time, as my lap invalidation time. It lost me there, and that's such a shame there for Gordo. But he is 9th on the grid there. He could do a lot from there. I say that. Troy on pole position now at 13.5. Second position is TK. TK, who's who of course there. He's been a bit unlucky, hasn't he, in his season in ALR silver this season, but he is looking very strong indeed, isn't he? Gary Bro is saying, this is madness! No, this is Sparta. Well, no, it's actually Mexico, isn't it? And this is ALR as well. This is gold. This is Monday night then. I am already perspirating as well. Oh, gosh, I'm going to have to take my socks off. It's too hot. Right then, let's go... oh dear, Echo's left the session then, so that's not good then. Hopefully Echo will get back in the session as well. We seem to have a lot of gremlins on Monday, don't we? I'm going to blame Farf because that is exactly what I do. I have to blame Farf. If there's anyone to blame, it's always Farf. No, but hopefully we can get Echo back in the session as well. Let's get going, shall we, for the start of the Mexican Grand Prix then, as the circles are spinning around then. I'm getting dizzy looking at those circles then, so I'm going to look down then. Of course, you shouldn't look down either, should you, when you're in the car, because that will make you sick as well, won't it? So, and I don't think any drivers are going to be looking down. They're going to be looking up then, looking at those 5 red lights then, and when they go out, we'll be racing here in Mexico. The longest drag down into turn 1 then. I think it's the second longest drag till the breaking point, which I think Russia's first, isn't it, if I'm not very much mistaken then. We'll see how... so we see how this one plays as well then. Right then, here we go then as well then. So, yep, we are now within a couple of seconds to go then for the start of the Mexican Grand Prix. Gordo saying good luck as well then. And yes, there's the formation lap then. 18 cars then. Let's go for the grid, shall we? And there's not a hard tire in sight, is there? This one is definitely about the softs and the medium tires, isn't it? No, they probably could go a step softer, really, couldn't they? The Pirelli tires and Echoes back in the session. Then let's go for the grid. 36 laps around here. Then a very high lappage count here, isn't it? Because the lap times are about hang on. On the 73-second mark or so, isn't they? We have got a pole position then for Troy. This is his 6th pole position of his career and of the season as well. Troy is magnificent stuff there. Second position is TK on the front row. TK is on the soft tyres. And remember what happened last night then. So remember last night though, it was a great launch from row 3, wasn't it? That is where New Potato is starting here tonight then. Sorry, third position. That's where New Potato is starting tonight. He's on the medium tyres in third position. Nigel on 4th on the medium tyres as well. BP was on pole position until the last 2 minutes of the qualifying session. 6th position is Curly. Great to see him back at the sharp end of the field. Maldonado, unfortunately, came a cropper in the wall in 7th position there. She's on the soft tires. 8th position is Echo on the soft tires. Well, Gordo in 9th for the medium tires. 10th position is Farfy, is also on the soft tires. Watch those soft tires fly. Sarah's first, and he wants to start outside the top 10. He has done that. He's on fresh medium tires there, along with young Tommy in 12th position, also on the fresh medium tires. Bradfield in 13th position on soft tires. Real Johnny in his debut for silver tonight in 14th on the soft tires. Gamer is 15th position there on the medium tires for his teammate Slayer on 6th position. It's a line of 2x2 with the Williams of the Mercedes there. Slayer also in 6th position as well. Slayer there was saying at the beginning of the qualifying session that he is struggling on the circuit. Ayrton in 17th position on the soft tires. 18th position is Murphy on the medium tires as well. Murphy in the famous car 14 in the Red Bull will be right at the back of the field. And 36 laps to go around here as well. Tango saying, come on lads, people starting on softs will struggle with the pace difference between the softs and the mediums in the second stint then. Good, very good insight there from Tango there. We got Dylan saying, good luck Silver. Go young Tommy, good luck everyone. Gordo saying good luck everyone as well. On board with the pole sitter, 6-time pole sitter now is Troy. We're waiting for those lights to come on then. Murphy is lined up in his box then, exactly where it needs to be then. Lovely start there from Echo. Oh, I thought you zoomed off there. Lovely shot here as well, but I think that we want to see the lights. There they are then. And here we go then for the start of the Mexican Grand Prix. Lights out. And we are racing in Mexico. It is go, go, go. And look at that Ferrari of Echo. He is steaming through. What a start for Echo. Magnificent start up the third position. What a start for Echo then. He's gone from 8th to 3rd already. He's a fantastic. Oh my gosh, also racing point taking a base of action to go down into turn 1 there. TK leads. Second position there is Troy. Nigel's gone back on the outside as well. Echo's had some issues there. Echo's off the circuit there. And I'm, oh dear. We've got to, that's real Johnny. He's in some real trouble there. TK is the lead in the Grand Prix. He's got in front there of Troy, who's in second position there. Nigel in third position. Great start indeed there from TK. Absolutely magnificent stuff as we're into the the first part of the lap there as well. Maldonado in sixth position there. Curly up in the fifth. Gamer and Young Tommy are fighting, and here they are then. Young Tommy up into 11th position there. Gamer up in 12th position there. He's got up 3 positions there. Echo's dropped down 9 positions there. So just on board, Farf has dropped down 3 positions as well. As I think he was the racing point taking evasive action there, wasn't he? Ayrton at 3 positions. He's had a storming start, Ayrton has as well. Back to the front, then the gap is already 1.1 seconds there. Nigel is all over the back then of Troy at the moment. And I say all over the back, then he's quite close there, isn't he? Welsh Maldonado very close to Curly and good to speed. These two have had a Massa and Hamilton kind of esque season, haven't they? Murphy has got past. Well, look at the oh good speed. Farf has now got past, and he's now past Gamer and moved up into 12th position there. Ayrton there is Gamer. Oh, goodness me, I thought Gamer's coming in the pits and DRS has not been enabled. Then is we're not on the third lap either. Look at there's a lot of ghosting going on. Ayrton's inside of someone. Goodness gracious me. Keep it PG, Ayrton, as we're coming down the straight as well. And look at this head. Ayrton's stopping a second at the moment, is he? But he is going on the inside of Gamer. He passes Gamer on those soft tires. Where's Gamer? He is there then. Oh goodness me, it's going to get very tight there. And a Gamer has got the position there. And there's McLaren on the outside as well. I think it's Bradfield. It is Bradfield. This is a great side-by-side action as well. And the tire will sort itself out in a minute there. Bradfield is now up into 14th position there, getting past Ayrton, whilst Ayrton's Cesar's attention was slightly distracted there, wasn't it? Nigel is now on board over Nigel. Then you see that we've had a lot of position changes, haven't we, in the start of the Grand Prix. We're now thrown onto the tyres as well, as they're on board now coming through the S's as well. And TK has had a magical start. BP has got a 3-second penalty already in this race after only 2 laps there for BP. He might have to be a bit more cautious there in this race as well. Kakarot Goku saying good luck and to Silver Drivers and Echo. There's damage off someone's car then. And I'm not sure whose that was, and there's just we had a flick of damage of someone's car, and look at this, that is a real Johnny there is fighting with Echo then, and the real Johnny is really determined to get past there. I'm not sure what whose the damage was, so there's no one's coming to the pits then, have they? And Farf is actually in the pits then, so it's Farf who's having some major issues at the moment in Silver. Oh dear. And coming down the back straight, DRS has now been enabled then at the end of this lap, then as we're now approaching the speeds are about 200 miles an hour coming down into turn 1 there. Ayrton in a 14th position at the moment. Farf changing the nose cones on the medium tires. Farf is there. He's going to have a lonely race though. Farf is unfortunately at this stage of proceedings on board now with Maldonado. Oh gosh, he's gone to the back of Curry. Then Curry on the steer on the slide then. And Maldonado just misjudged the braking point now. Oh goodness me there. But remember, Maldonado is on the soft tires. Curly's on the medium tires. That's why Maldonado needs to get a move on. New Potato is losing time to Gordo, or is it the other way around? Because Gordo is trying to go past. Not quite though. And New Potato is still in 7th position. We're on board now with Gordo. And yes, and so he's just losing time for these S as well. On board with the first ever bronze world champion, which is Nude Potato then. He is 3/10 second away. Now DRS is now in full effect in this race, isn't it? So we're going to have DRS coming down the back straight. TK is almost 2 seconds out the road from Troy already in this race. Bradfield is flying for the field. That Gamer is on the inside though, and he's really being robust, isn't he? He needs to defend the position there. Oh gosh, there, it's getting very tight indeed. Oh goodness me, and Bradfield is through. Ayrton wants a piece of that action as well, as he's held the final turn then, and he's all got the DRS as well. We'll flick it down because the Maldonados are very close to Curly. Oh my word there, Curly. Yellow flag. Farf is on a nightmare, and New Potato's also passed Curly as well, and Curly and New Potato on the same tires then. Oh gosh, this is going to get very hair and scare indeed then. It's a great build. Oh, great defending from Curly. Absolutely magnificent. Ayrton's got past 2 cars coming down the, oh gosh there, and Ayrton's got past it's virtual safety car. There's a virtual safety car. I didn't even notice that. And I'm thinking, is it for Farf? It is for Farf. He's lost the nose cone there. Farf has I think there's a bit of frustration there from the racing point there, but Hopefully the virtual safety car will stay out. No, it hasn't, unfortunately. It's just a double whammy there for Farfield at the moment, isn't it? So that's a big shame indeed. Mardonaldo's got past Curly, and that's a crucial part in her race because she's on the soft tires now. Has she got the pace to get after BP, Nigel, and Co. in this race as well? And now then there's a Curly Red and Noob Tail. They've got to settle down into this race now and just bide their time until they need to extend their stint as well. On board now then with Noob Tail coming into the stadium sector itself. Noob Tail then is just keeping an eye on the two in front there. Maldonado then would like to get out of that DRS zone, won't she? But at the moment she can't. Noob Tail's got a 3-second penalty as well. Goodness me, there's a lot of penalties there, and this is going to be penalty city, isn't it? As one of our viewers mentioned earlier on in this race. Well, you got Sam saying, what a start from TK. It was a great start, wasn't it, on those soft tires? Magnificent stuff indeed there. Nigel is lining up Troy, then he was on pole position. Troy down in second position at the moment, but he's the first driver on those medium tires. I'm talking to medium tires. Here's Curly and Noob Tail then round 2. Then Curly is sticking in. Oh gosh, then no, that's not going well. Then and Curly being a spud around there. And unfortunately, it's always a pinch point, isn't it, in that part of the circuit? There. Curly dropping all the way down into 17th position there. He is going to be furious, isn't he? Curly has he had a strong qualifying. Unfortunately, the race he's gone slightly backwards at the moment, which is such a shame there, isn't it, for Curly? Serious Mushroom is very close to the back of Jake the Slayer. Unbeknownst to me, Jake the Slayer has had a magnificent start. He's come from 16th on the grid up into 8th position there. So 8 positions there at the start there from Slayer. Fantastic performance there from the Mercedes driver. So that is exactly what Slayer needs, and he hadn't done any practice on it, so he's a bit concerned about this race coming into this event tonight. Well, he's doing a good job so far, isn't he, in the Mercedes? But however, there's now a queue starting to form behind him, isn't he? Dylan agreeing with Sam there. What a start indeed there from TK. Go on, Troy. Good evening, Sean there from Broke Grill as well. Thank you. Good evening, Broke Grill, a former ALR driver. Great to have you in the comments as well. Far fair and lucky tonight, Dylan saying there. What's with Farty? Oh gosh, we got to overtake that whilst I've been reading the comments there. Farf has got a 3-second penalty. Having a nightmare at the back of the field there. Nigel is up in the second position. Then this is a crucial part then for Nigel, isn't it? He is through, passes the reigning champion of silver. Now we got BP, who's also in the mix as well. Maldonado, there she is. She's 3 seconds away at this moment in time then. Bradfield locking up the inside front tire. There is BP as well. So it's now starting to condense on each other here. And TK, this is what TK needs. I don't think TK has ever won a race in silver yet, has he? But he has been very unlucky, hasn't he, TK? As he's shown already in terms of one lap trim. He's a very quick customer, isn't he? Unfortunately, in the race, he has been a bit unlucky then. I'm not sure what happened to Farf, but he did have a damage, and I'm sure a wing flicked up around this part of the track, didn't it? And unfortunately, I think Farf was probably a bit furious, wasn't he, about the issue going on there. I'm not sure if Farf came to blows someone out and up into a very fantastic 11th position. Now, good stuff indeed there for Ayrton. Bradfield has also got past and moved up into 12th position, or has he? Because Gamer is back through and on the inside as well. And look at this, and look at that. That's Echo. Echo is through and up into 30th position. Echo has gosh, and there's 4 abreast, and that's Murphy coming through as well. Oh goodness gracious me then. And look at those 3 cars in the background. Echo has just almost tripled his bank account balance. They're fantastic. Here's Murphy coming as well. We got 5 abreast, and oh goodness me, it's the front 5 and going down into turn 1 on the grass. Is Gamer is steaming through them. Look at this. Oh, Gamer stars on the inside and up into 13th position as well. Real Johnny has got past as well. Real Johnny and the Bradfield are at the back of this pack of Mount Curly there. It's ready to strike as well. Echo is trying to defend that position there, trying to weave this way and that way. Gamer up the inside there, but Echo has the position, has the high ground as well. We know what happens when you have the high ground. Of course, if anyone's watched Star Wars. We have got Echo is being pushed as he look at Murphy on to take evasive action on the steering wheel as well. Very active on the steering wheel. Murphy was there. Of course, Murphy is usually a Jensen Button-esque driver. Very smooth and precise. Maldonado is going to be is not very smooth and precise at the moment. She's unfortunately had a 3-second penalty. That is added to, well, we got a load of penalties now. Goodness me, there's me just absolutely nattering away. I was being very unfair to Maldonado. I think we've had about, I can't even count, 7 penalties now. So almost half the field. My word, there. So look at this as a flying past me as well. Lovely shot here from the curb cam. Amazing stuff indeed there. Going back to the front, and BP is now 4 tenths of a second back at the moment. But status quo, I think, in this battle here. But the gap in the front is still 2.2 seconds then, so it's gone up by 10 per second since we last updated you. Locking up then all those front droids and locking up then. Slayer is still in Slayer's in 7th position now, actually, isn't he? He's got past Gorda somewhere along those somewhere along the lines there. Look at that Gamer as well. I almost missed it. That Gamer's on the inside. Echo's not going to give this one up. That Gamer is so getting squeeze. Potato has got past the Renault with the Renault car. Oh gosh, now and it's getting very aggressive. That Gamer's on the inside. He's having a look at the Ferrari going down there into turn 4. And now we got to Echo through, and Echo is defending for all the marbles here, and he is definitely keeping those marbles in his possession. And then Potato's got a 3-second penalty as well. I think Echo's tires are screaming now, and they're screaming all that. Remember, he had to do a couple of times on those, a couple of qualifying laps on those tires as well. So that's why he might be struggling here. As young Tommy has just got past Sirius Mustang, I look quite like a tactical decision there from the Williams team, perhaps. Oh my gosh, we're already on lap 9. My word then, this race just flies by, doesn't it? Of course, it is a quick lap around here, isn't it? Around at Mexico then, so they fly underneath me once again. Now TK has lost an abundance amount of time then, as Nigel is now starting to very much put on a spurt here, isn't he? As Troy was just too far back then, but yes, they are now getting, there's TK, you can see him clearly from Troy's viewpoint then. So TK is now very much going to be on the back foot as well. Gamer has got past Echo, or has he then? He has got past Echo, is not giving it. They're trying to run him wide there. Great defending from Echo there. Oh gosh there, and oh my word, and Murphy there just biding his time there. He is through as well, and Echo is very much right under the on the back foot now, is he? Because we now got Real Johnny through as well, and oh my word, Real Johnny up the inside. Murphy had to duck out of that one. There's debris, and yellow flags in sector 1 then. It's one of the Ferraris that has some issues. Echo's around, and he has dropped down into 70th position as well, as young Tommy there went for a good Oda dive there, didn't he? Echo hasn't damaged the car. Troy is dropped from 2nd to 4th now, hasn't he? So Troy dropping down the order as well. We're on board. Gamer's got a 3-second pounding to his name, and Troy is having some issues here tonight. Now this is not good for me then, because that means that my decision making is going to get, well, my mass is going to really be challenged here. Young Tommy, who has passed Serious Mushroom, is dropping down to them position. There's some problems there for young Tommy. He's got damage. Young Tommy's got damage there, so he has got damage on the Williams car. This is a major blow for the Williams driver. He's into the pit set. That is not good, is it? That's not good at all, is it, for young Tommy? Slayer's on it, absolutely. He's standing up in the seat of that car at the moment, Slayer. He's brilliant, isn't he, on that tonight then? Gordo has lost out then to Serious Russian going down into turn 1 there. Young Tommy, Real Johnny is out of the Grand Prix, which is it's a bit unusual, really. Is he just retired into the pits, actually? He has indeed then, so that's very unusual for young Tommy there. Right then, we've now got young Tommy, Real Johnny. Young Tommy hasn't retired. Oh no! And what's happened here then? And young Tommy has left the session now, but I think that Echo is stuck in the pit lane. And I'm not sure if I think it's young Johnny in front of him or what, but I don't know what the case may be. But Echo's race has been completely ruined there. And I'm not even sure why young Johnny retired in the first place, to be honest. But there we go, because he was right in the thick of things. But Echo is going to be furious at that. Yes, Slayer's in trouble, and he is limping in the Mercedes, and he's lost the whole of the wing section there, and Slayer's incredible start has come to nothing there. Oh goodness me. And that is such a shame indeed. It said TK is in the pits, and the race leader is in the pits now, and now the wing section is completely gone on Slayer's car in the Mercedes, and he's going to have to come into the pits. He is into the pits, and virtual safety car for some reason, and Ayrton is using these advanced to come into the pits now. Well, Maldonado coming out of the pits then, so yes, the virtual safety car is very much in deployment, and TK is coming out of the pit side. Is he going to get in front of Curly? No, he isn't. Curly has gone past. Bradfield is the highest runner on the soft tires still. TK is the highest runner who is who's coming to the pits. That is Slayer coming out of the pits. Well, young Tommy there in 5th position there. Echo has lost almost 20 seconds or so, hasn't he, because of that, because of what happened there. So that's a major blow indeed there for Echo, isn't it? Oh goodness me, I'm absolutely devastated for Echo. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure why the Alpha Tari retired from the race, because he was very much in the thick of things. Yeah, I think there was very much a lot of bumping, wasn't there? But they were still in the thick of things. There's a long way to go. We're even at half distance. yet then, so anything can happen in a Formula 1, and it usually does so. Of course, anyone who's watched Formula 1 for a long time knows that you can never rest on your laurels. Remember the Spanish Grand Prix in 2001? Hakkinen was dominating that race, wasn't he? But unfortunately, his car retired in spectacular fashion on the last lap, which allowed Schumacher to come through and take the plaudits there, didn't he? We've also had Nigel Mansell, who was leading the Grand Prix in Canada, wasn't it? 1991, I think it was there, and he was celebrating out the hairpin, wasn't he? Down at turn 11 hairpin, and he turned off his engine, didn't he? I think it was 1990 or 1991, I can't remember, in his Williams there, but he turned off his engine, didn't he? Which was not a very smart thing to do from our Nige. TK has got past and moved up into 8th position, and Curly down to 9th. Curly doing a good job of keeping in this race. Hats off to him indeed that after he got a bit too close there. Nigel's gone for a very aggressive second stint here. He's on the soft tires now, Nigel is. Let's see what he can do there. His teammate has, unfortunately, they're just on a bit of a bad run of luck here, isn't he? That's such a shame now. At the moment, then, Troy, we're on board then with Troy. He is in second position at the moment, and as it stands at the moment, then, finger in the air guess, I think the Renault are the Constructors' World Champions, and we'll keep an eye on that. Remember that the gap has to be below 88 points then by the end of this race then. Well, I think it has to be below 80, well, it has to be below 87 really, don't they? Because I don't think if Mercedes wins the remaining race, then that would not equal the Renault team's most wins as well. Because if they are joint on points, then the Renault and the Mercedes, they will go back on count back, and that count back will be in terms of the wins there. And Renault, I think, have got 10 Grand Prix wins this season compared to Mercedes. They've only got 5, haven't they? I think they have 5 or 6 for the Mercedes. They've only got 4. They've only got 4 races. They've only got 4 race wins. Mercedes has. Oh my God! As we go down to turn 1 and PP, then just having to defend his position, and Nigel has just gone up into 8th position now. Nigel's got a beautiful run and has got a beautiful clear track then now. Gamer is up into 5th position after all this. Oh goodness me, and these two are not just leaving each other alone at the moment, are they? Murphy and Gamer, fantastic battle in between these two. Oh, mega stuff indeed, that absolutely great stuff. Kakarot Goku saying Gamer's doing a good job. I think he's doing a great job, isn't he? Gamer is, and he's really defending his position, doing a great job. Look in the background, it's TK and Nigel. We got Curly Red, who's in the pit. Sorry, he's coming out of the pits now and accelerating away. Look, Echo unfortunately is just in no man's land, isn't he? After that Alpha Tower just parked in the pit lane now. So yes, I think he's got a right to be absolutely furious with that, and that was no fault of his own there at all. On board then with Slayer and Tommy, then 2 drivers then who are involved in the relegation battle, and they are at the moment then at the back end of the field. They were having great races, weren't they? Especially Slayer. Unfortunately, they both had to put on the hard tires. They're kind of against the grain now, aren't they? Gordo's got a 3-second penalty to his name at the moment. We'll have a look at those penalties in just a minute. Into the pits comes BP, and what tires are going to go on then? So BP then is coming in just before the halfway mark. And what tires is the Racing Point driver going to go on there? He is on those hard tires then, the BP is, and goodness me, I was expecting that. Nigel said the fast over the race then. We've also got to say young Tommy then, who's just gone up wide there, and oh good, so that's a leaf. I thought that was a bit debris. Nigel is got in front of TK. Murphy is trying to get in front of Gamer, going down into a turn of 1 and 2, but at the moment then he was just too far in front. Was a clump over the curves as well before accelerating away then. So yes, we're on board now then with Murphy. He's very much underneath the rear wing, isn't he, of a Gamer now. Look at this, that is oh gosh, and he's going on the outside. Murphy is, that's a great maneuver. Murphy is, and Gamer's given just about enough racing room as well. Good racing from both drivers. Nigel then, is he going to get through as well? Nigel knows this is a crucial part of this race. Oh gosh, Gamer cuts across. Great defending there from Gamer. I'm loving that. And look at this. Oh, Nigel's going to go off and under. Oh, he has gone off and under. Murphy's going to have to get off that. He has gone off that. Very clever. And my word, Nigel there is, got to say, the ultimate opportunist here. He knows he's got to get his toe down now, doesn't he? The first ever ALR World Champion. And we have got BP with a 3-second penalty on those hard tyres. BP is and he's going to, I don't think BP's going to come back in the pits as far as I'm aware. Troy and New Potato both in the pits now. So Nigel was hoping to make his work being done on this lap then, and now Gamer's in the pits as well. Troy and New Potato both on the soft tires along with Nigel. Look, Nigel is right into the extreme part of circuit, left part of circuit there, isn't he? As of course there, he doesn't want to give Murphy any stretch of advantage there to get past, and the same with TK as well. TK, the straight is not long enough for him at that point then, is he? Gordo is racing. Look at this, Gordo is racing. He's going to get past New Potato as well. He does get past. He has got past him, but New New Potatoes lunging down the inside. Echo is out of the Grand Prix. A safety car as well for Echo. Oh gosh, yeah, he's in the wall then. He's in the wall. He's out of the race set. And the Ferrari driver is going to be furious, isn't he, with that? And I feel that if he wasn't, yeah, what a shame there for Echo. And very disappointing indeed, really, isn't it, for Echo? I feel Echo's pain now. Really do. His first race in the ALR in a long time, and unfortunately, his race he was doing a good job as well. He's having a great battle, wasn't he? He was fighting tooth and nail in those gaggle of cars there, and unfortunately, Echo's race has been absolutely ruined there. Absolutely unbelievable scenes, really, wasn't it, in the pit lane there from that AlphaTauri, and yeah, I think he has a right to be furious, doesn't he? And of course, I don't think he would have been out of the race either, because I think that he was probably pushing in anger, wasn't he, more than anything else. So that's such a shame indeed there for Echo, isn't it? On board with Nigel at the moment. So he got a safety car at the moment. Is anyone going to come in the pit? Said I didn't even register as a safety car. But this is a golden opportunity then for Farf to get himself back in the race then. So this is exactly what he needs. Into the pits there comes Murphy then. This is a golden opportunity for Murphy, I feel that. So let's see what the Red Bull mechanics do then. So the only driver to go into the hard tires at this stage of the race then is BP. And now Murphy's onto the soft tires. And so expect an aggressive strategy here from Murphy. Troy has moved up to fourth position as well. Both Renaults are now in a prime position for the Constructors' World Championship. And they with both Mercedes are not scoring at all. Where's Murphy going to come up? There he is, emerging out the pits as well. Ayrton is up to a very fine 8th position here. Good stuff indeed there for Ayrton. Again, Murphy in 9th position and Gamer in 10th. And Gamer's lost out to Murphy though because of that safety car. He had to adhere to the Delta, didn't he? Which is why he lost out there. Noob Tail come out of the pits head on the medium tyres. And Curly saying out. Bradfield is also in the pits as well. Young Tommy into the pits there. Thrown on the medium tyres there for the Racing Point driver. Wilson, sorry, not Wilson. There's too many Jakes on my mind. Slayer then is on the medium tyres coming out of the pits as well. Farfair, who's just in the background as well. So we're on board Farf. Let's take stock then. We've got 20 laps to go. The Mexican Grand Prix. Nigel leads the Grand Prix at the moment. TK is second with BP in third position. The top three drivers, different cars, different strategies. That's what you love to see. Nigel in the Ferrari on soft tyres. TK on the medium tyres, and the Alfa Romeo is second. BP hard tyres in the Racing Point in third position there. The world champion of ALR Silvers in fourth with Maldonado in fifth. That is enough for the Renault team to become the Constructors' World Champions there. Gordo in 6th position. Cirrus Mushroom is 7th there on a brand new spanking pair of quad of soft tyres there. Ayrton in 8th position. This is good. This is a golden opportunity for Ayrton if it's survival for silver. It really depends on it. 9th position there is Dan on soft tyres. Gamer is in 10th position also on soft tyres as well. Outside the top 10 is a New Potato. He's on fresh new medium tyres in 11th position. Those new medium tyres go get to the end there. He's going to be pushing them in. Curly in 12th position with Bradfield in 13th there. 14th is Slayer, 15th is Young Tommy. We're on board with Farf at the moment. He's just trying to catch up to the safety cars. They're coming across the line then once again. And yes, here is Farf now then. So yeah, so those are so that's how it's going at the moment. In terms of penalties, 9 seconds of penalties for BP. That may cost him. BP and New Potato have got the most penalties in this race so far. That is crucial. 6 seconds of penalties for Gamer as well. 3 seconds for Curly, for Ayrton, for Gordo, for Maldonado as well. And so the rest of the grid hasn't got any penalties at all at the moment, which is very fine form, isn't it? So we expect the safety car to be in at the end of this lap then. Lap 18 then. No, we're on lap 17. At the end of this lap, on lap 17, going into 18, this will be the halfway stage of the Grand Prix for these drivers as well. And so Farfair just completing that lap 17 now. Let me get rid of my Instagram there. Good stuff. Yeah, so as that Farfair just coming down the back straight, so it's almost half a minute back then. That's how far away Farf was there. And yeah, this is what I mean about retiring early, because look at this, a safety car has really brought Farf back into it. It's good stuff indeed for Farf to hang in there. I gotta say, I can't say much because my head drops like my head drops lower than a low, lower than when the lower is as low as Flowrider gets as well. When when it gets low. But Farfair staying in the Grand Prix, and because of that now he is potentially going to put himself and the Racing Point in the points there. So this is what I mean by if F1 spells backwards as if, isn't it? It really is indeed. Now Farfair is potentially going to be running the thick things as well. I don't think the safety car's coming in this lap then. So by the end of lap 18 and not the end of lap 17, so Farfair is just trying to catch up there, and he is going to be on the back. He's at the back of the field there, but Curly is on fresh medium tires, as is young Tommy Slayer, Bradfield as well. They've all just come to the pits, and the same with New Potato as well. So there's going to be a lot of drivers there with a brand new set of tires. That Ayrton is elected out, and Farf is back into the pits. So Farf going in the pits, and this is a strategical call for Farf. Has he got another set of medium tires? As he has, he can go to the end, I think, on these next set of medium tires, which well, I think so. Anyway, he is going on medium tires. Those tires looks like they've already done one lap then. So I think they're the same age of tire length, I think, for Favre. So they should be able to get to. Ooh, I don't think they will actually. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I got to say, why do ALR employ a ginger man like myself to call the action when I have no idea what's going on with strategy? And you'll find out tomorrow that I'm not bluffing, as I'll probably be I'll be in and out of the pit lane like one of those I don't know, like a snake. No, what lives in the pit? I don't know, to be honest. Well, I'm going to be living in the pit tomorrow. That's all I know. There's a far fact coming out of the pits now. So then, right then, we're on lap 18. Hopefully, we'll get going in just a few moments. So we're just watching Nigel. Then we have loved the action from Farf's car, and there's Farf was just catching up then. But we're now just watching the first ever ALR World Champion. It's Nigel going for his second Grand Prix in the season. This win, by the way, will. As it stands, will take him in front of Gamer and in second position in the World Championship. As it stands at the moment, Nigel will be second in the World Championship in silver, which is great stuff indeed. There's the safety cars in there, so then Farf is caught up then. 16 cars remain here in silver tonight then, out of the 18 that started then, as we're going to be back in action in a few moments. Carboy saying they can get to the end, but those up pit again for Sauce will be much faster then. Thank you very much, Carboy. That's why I need experts like you guys in the comments, and of course some really good stuff indeed. Of course, you guys are that's really what I think that you guys are half the reason why we've got the 332 odd subscribers, and it's mainly because you guys are so knowledgeable. Right now we're about to get going in just a few moments time then. When's Nigel going to drop the hammer? He has gone very late, hasn't he, Nigel Aston? But we're back racing here in Mexico City then, as TK then is slipstream, but I think I need to be concerned about Troy. He is very quick as they look at themselves as slipstreaming, and BP is on the hard tires. Oh goodness me, he's jumped off Troy. Troy is going this way and that way, doesn't switch around up the inside. BP is locking up the tires as well. Lovely shot there, and Troy's got a bit of grass on his camera as well, and he's through, and Serious Race is also through as well. Wow, that was very aggressive there from BP and from Troy. I love it. Magnificent stuff indeed as we go down into BP. Oh goodness me, I thought he went completely on there. Gamer's got past them. Oh goodness me, he's got on the inside. Oh my goodness me, and Ayrton there's defending, and Gordo's in trouble then, because Ayrton's on the inside of Gordo. Gordo has really been is a BP is struggling. Look, he's dropping down the order. The hard tires is not working, and Welsh Ronaldo is off the circuit. Oh goodness me, that's the wrong part of the circuit, and now BP is on the inside of the outside. Now he's on the inside. Now he's on the outside. Oh, they've run wide. They've both run wide there. And look, there's a Haas. There's Ayrton as well. And oh gosh, and this is getting. Oh my goodness me. Oh my word there, as they go side by side there into the stadium station as well. And Gamer has come out of nowhere. Ayrton has lost 4 position. That's a round of action there. Gamer, where did he come from? Bradfield has dropped down the order. Bradfield's had some issues there, and it was getting very tense. I was there. BP there was very much on the back foot there. Serious Merchant's gone up into 4th position, and that's a round of action as well as we're coming down the hill once again. No, I don't think it's a hill, is it? But it feels like a hill. TK has dropped down. His Troy is having the same position. He is flying this stage of the race, and he is now having his 2nd position. Then Claire's got a 3-second penalty, and Troy is now a 2.5 behind Nigel. Then he's got fresh tyres at this moment in time. Then Troy has he might be in a bit of no man's land when it comes to the strategy calls. And look at Murphy up the inside as well. Gordo is having a look. He's fighting his thing, but Murphy there slams the door shut on Gordo's toes there. And we've got Gamer up the inside as well. Passes Gordo, and Gordo then is really on the back foot now. We've got Noob Patel then, who is who's on the offensive, and he's done 3 laps on the medium tires. And remember, as Cardboy said, the medium tires will get to the end then, but they are going to be struggling compared to the soft tire runner. So at the moment is the fresh medium tires that are very much in the ascendancy as well. Young Tommy's got a 3-second penalty. We've also got Curly having a look on the inside of Ayrton there. Oh gosh, there's running out wide then, but Noob Patel is staying on the outside there. He's got the inside then for the next turn then. We've got Ayrton and Curly, Curly and Ayrton I should say, then Curly is through up into, and look, Farf is through as well. Ayrton there is struggling on this restart. saw there, he's really being overtaken left, right and centre here. And look, Slayer's also through as well. Ayrton dropping down the order then. And look at this, oh goodness me, and we got Serious Mushroom in the third position. We got four abreast going down two, and that's a rubbish camera shot. And Ayrton is now up in the 12th position there. Or is he? No, because the Slayer is up in the 11th position. Ayrton in 12th position. Oh, Curly. Oh, gosh, Ayrton's going to the back of Curly as well. And then Farfin Curly came to blows here last season. Ayrton hasn't got damage, I don't think. Oh, it doesn't look visible there on Ayrton's car. Oh, goodness me then. But Farfin Curly have had history around here. I think in bronze last season, didn't they? But at the moment, they've all got their wings just about attached, haven't they? Back at the front, and this is the battle here. Serious Mushrooms now moved up into third position, and that strategy call is looking very good for Troy and Nigel at the moment. For Troy and Serious Mushroom. No, now Dan Murphy also coming through the field nicely as well on those soft tires, but he's got a 3-second penalty to add to his tire money as we're coming into the stadium sector once again. Lovely shot here from the helicam as well. Murphy is all over the back of Maldonado then as we're going into the stadium sector, but Murphy will have the DRS 20 going down the start finish rate, and that is what he's going to be waiting for, is of course Murphy, a runner-up in this category out of the final turn then. And we've now got Nigel who has just come across the line then, so Troy is all over the back rim like a rush. No DRS yet. No, I tell a lie, there is a DRS then. And he's enjoying out alongside then wheel-to-wheel stuff going down the start finish rate. There he is, and he has taken the position, and he is through. Watch one all of the other end. Oh my word then. And Gamer and Murphy just cannot seem to be separated from each other. That's a big lookup from BP. Murphy is up the inside, but where's Gamer? Gamer has come to blows then. And look at this as Maldonado is now, and look, there's a new tail on the outside as well. As the racers who have got fresh tyres have started trying to come through the field quite nicely indeed. Maldonado just adjusting the stands on the steering wheel. Ayrton has got up into 13th position there as Curly is off the race line. There's problems there for Curly. He is dropping down the order in the Mercedes, in the McLaren there, unfortunately, but Ayrton's now back up to 12th for the 13th position as well. Watch Maldonado dropping down the order. Murphy has gone up into 6th position. Magnificent, magical part of the race. This is fantastic stuff indeed there. Dylan saying 4-1, turn 1 is never going to work then. That straight there just offers action, doesn't it? It really does indeed that. So Troy leads now by 1.5 seconds anyway, and he's now 1.5 seconds in front of Nigel, who is second there. Nigel is 1.2 seconds in front of Serious Mushroom in third position. TK in fourth, fifth position is BP, struggling on those hard tires. Those hard tires will be able to get to the end there from BP, but has he got the pace there? Has he got the performance? Is the question that is on my mind at the moment now. But Murphy there is going to be all over the back of BP, I feel then, because look at this, he's a bit too far back. I'm looking at the wrong car, that's why. Here's Murphy then, he is 4/10 second back, 3/10 of a second back. He's not going to be quick enough for going down the back straight. New Patel on a look at Gamer at the moment. No dice at the moment, but Slayer on the outside of Gordo. Slayer, this is a crucial part is this championship campaign. Slayer's through him in the 10th position, and he passes Gordo. Gordo dropped down to 11th position. Murphy has got past, so with the second DRS straight going down in turn 4. BP's going to go up and under. No, he can't, because Murphy there just slams the door shut there on the racing points nose cone, and he's away. Quite nice indeed there. Ayrton dropping back behind Curry as well. Curry now in the 14th position. Ayrton down to 15th. Bradfield in 16th position. Ayrton's got a penalty as well for his efforts at the moment. Serious Mushroom is now within the DRS range of oh goodness me, BP's wandering off the circuit there. Serious Mushroom is now in DRS range of Nigel as well. Of course, those three laps is very crucial, aren't they, in this race? How long is Nigel going to go for? I think he's going to eke this out for another 1 or 2 laps then to go on the soft tires until the end of the race then for Nigel then. But he's going to have a lot. He's going to have to get his rear end moving on there. He's got to get his rear ring moving, don't he? If he wants to get back up to second position, it's going to be a tough ask, isn't it? But remember, we have heard in the comments already that the tyres at the end of the race that it's not going to be as good as those soft tyres, are they? On board now with New Patel going down into turn 1. No dice at the moment. Then Serious Mushroom then all over the back of the Ferrari now. Then look at this. He's got the traction. He's got the purchase. He's got the speed. He's got the line. He's got second position. He has got second position. He is through. Good stuff indeed then. Good 70 then. Ayrton and Curry are on an almighty scrap here in the 15th and 14th position now. But unfortunately, both those drivers then in the safety car restart, it wasn't too well, was it, for Maldonado or Ayrton and Curly then? And Ayrton are fighting for all the marbles here then, and now Ayrton's going to have to back out there, and he has backed out. And Bradfield has also got invited into this as well, hasn't he? So we've got a 3-car battle at the back there. We got Farfair who's trying to get past Gordo. Farfair, this is what we mean now, isn't it? Because he was in no man's land once he tells safety cars come out. He's now on the cusp of some points, but that ain't going to help him. He's got a 3-second penalty there for cutting the chicane. Well, as Farf likes his overtake down here then, but not quite then. Not quite unfortunately. Then look at this. It's BP. It's my word then. How did he keep it out of the bars? And I thought he's going to crash in the game, and BP has had enough of those tires. He's coming to the pits. He's got a 5-second penalty as well. He is out of the Grand Prix. BP is and what a shame now for BP. I think he's a bit furious, isn't he, with that? Nigel is now on the medium tires until the end of the race. We'll see how that one plays out. Murphy is trying to get past up into third position, and TK has got in front of them, and TK in 13th position. He's on the same strategy as Nigel at the moment, though, isn't he? So I think that TK will be coming into the pits, but I reckon that TK is going to go on the soft tires. Nigel's gone to the medium tires till the end of the race, and Murphy has got through there, hasn't he? Goodness me. Murphy lunging up the inside, that Gamer and New Potato. New Potato doesn't, I don't think New Potato, will he need to stop again on those medium tires? He's going to be very close there, but I think he may have to. But he's going to eke him out, though, isn't he, at New Potato? But I think New Potato might be a bit vulnerable at the end of this Grand Prix. On board with Gamer, and look at that, and look at the oversteer on this car, and the rear end was getting looser. We felt it was weird. He was hacksawing away at that steering wheel. Goodness gracious me then for Gamer. Oh, look at that, look left, there's some New Potatoes up the inside there. New Potatoes up the inside, taking the advantage there, and a great opportunistic maneuver there from the bronze world champion. Oh, his Gamer's got another penalty as well, and these penalties are starting to really rack up for a few drivers in this one, and there is Gamer's in the pits as well, and so Gamer coming into the pits for the Mercedes team then. So then Troy then is on course then to give Renault the Constructors World Championship. Jake the Slayer, and this is something crucial points now, isn't it, for Slayer? Far from the 7th position, Gordo 8th position. Young Tommy is moving himself back into 9th position. Watch Marnado into the pits and she is on the soft tires along with Gamer as well. Nigel is now just accelerating down the back straight, accelerating down the start finish straight. He's now been to 12th position. Gamer out, Marshall Marnado and Ayrton out as well. We got Troy, who is now 4.2 seconds in the lead of Sarah Rushman in 2nd position, Murphy in 3rd then, and we got the 2 Alfa Romeos of TK and a New Potato, and goodness me, and there's no team orders in this team. It's a Fred Vassar there is going to be Fred Vassar is not going to be a happy, it's not going to be a happy team principal, is he? As I'm thinking the New Potato then might have been a bit I'm happy there with TK, just not getting in position there, as of course they're on a completely different, well, I wouldn't say completely different strategies, but New Potato does have the fresher medium runner, doesn't he? And he is maybe looking at a Grand Prix win here, potentially. Is TK at the moment? I don't want to be, as a Gordon and Mardonna's got penalties. I'm not sure if TK is at this moment in time, but this race has very much been turned on its head so many times in this one, hasn't it? So I'm not going to even hazard a guess then what's going to be occurring in the next run. TK there, well, the answers are question at the moment. TK in the pits, Murphy also in the pits as well then. So so this is the time then for the drivers to come in the pits, and they're going to be on the soft tires, and Murphy has already gone onto the soft tires, and TK is also in the pits well, thrown on the soft tires, and for the Alfa Romeo team as well. Curly's got a 5-second penalty unfortunately for speeding in the pits. Nigel is flying down the back straight, and Nigel is the highest runner then to pit in this last round of stops, and he's in 8th position at the moment then. In terms of the leader, he has got a 24-second deficit to gain in the next 10 laps. Is that doable? I'm not too sure, but Gordo saying this race has gone to pot for him. Unfortunately, he's down into 13th position now, as he is just accelerating out then. Gordo in 13th position. Nigel's now getting past Bradfield. He has got past Bradfield. He's up into 7th position now, locking up the inside front tyre, and he is in 7th position then. Remember, he's got a 24-second deficit to himself and the race leader then. And Gamer and Murphy, they just seem to can't leave each other alone, can't they, in this Grand Prix? We've got TK and Martin, so we got the soft runners then. They're now going to be quite quick. That is Gamer, Murphy, TK, Maldonado, Gordo, Ayrton and Curly, all on soft tyres now to the end of the race. Troy is in the pits, and the race leader is Gamer's got a 3-second penalty. Cirrus Russian carries on then across the line. Then New Potato, keep an eye on New Potato then, because at the moment then, I would say he might be in the box seats then for a potential and historic Grand Prix win here tonight then for New Potato at the moment now, as it is he seems to be ticking all the boxes. Farfair, who was in no man's land, now look at this, and for Farfair, he is up into 3rd position now. I think that Farfair, for hanging in this race, definitely deserves this, doesn't he? Good something there, but Slayer's not giving up though, is he? Slayer there wants that. Oh, is Farfair just parks his rear end there on the apex of the corner. I know Slayer just couldn't get past that, could he? That's a good bit of Good bit of racing, good bit of racing prowess for Farfrae's raced all around the globe, hasn't he? Troy in 5th position. Sixth position is Nigel. Nigel is a second back at the moment. Now, where is Nigel in terms of the race leader? He's 17 seconds back. Troy is 15 seconds back. Now, Troy is the leader of the soft runners, and Serious Mushroom is leading the Grand Prix at the moment. Then I think this is going to be a cracking end to the Grand Prix. Gamer and Murphy there once again fighting tooth and nail. Anyway, these I got to say I've enjoyed this race. I've really enjoyed these two. Really going at it hammer and tongs, and this is a brilliant race, isn't it? Watching two Grand Prix winners in silver there, very much there, and they are they are class drivers, aren't they? They are very much cream of the crop, aren't they? For the silver category and ALR category as a whole. And what an absolute honour it's been to call this Grand Prix with these drivers, and magnificent stuff indeed, isn't it? Now Bradfield then is in a 7th position, and he's done 11 laps on the medium tires. Will he be going to the end as well? I think he'll be on the same strategy as Farf, Slayer and New Patel then, as they are now coming across the line. Serious Mushroom coming out of the pits there, and he is in 8th position there, or is he? I think he's in 9th position now. Murphy comes across, and Murphy in the Red Bull team. Red Bull needs some points here tonight, and Murphy is out in the 6th position, passes Bradfield, and he is now up in the 6th position. Bradfield down into 7th position there, and Bradfield, look at that, he's just struggling, isn't he? That is what the advantage of the soft tires, isn't it? So that is what we're going to be seeing later on the Grand Prix, potentially with on lap 29 out of 35, nope, 6 here. So yes, and that is what we're going to be seeing. Serious Mushroom then is also going to be interesting, getting some major points here as well then in this Grand Prix. Serious Mushroom's on the inside there. That's a late manoeuvre there from Serious Mushroom, but he wants to get a job done because he can send some major points on the board here for this Grand Prix. Irish might go to the end of the race with medium tires, but he'll be in puncture territory. Same with Farf and Slayer as well, and Bradfield. So yes, so they will be in puncture territory, won't they? So they're going to have to really look after those tyres now, aren't they? Troy is all over the back now, isn't he? Gamer's got a 3-second penalty. The penalties are going to hurt, I think, Gamer at the end of this race, and I'm seeing his name pop up quite a few times now. Troy is now in the 3rd position now, isn't he? He is now on the ascendancy, isn't he? He wants to win the Constructors' Championship for the Renault team in style here tonight, and he is certainly doing something. But Slayer is coming back out of there. Look at this. Slayer is going to work there, and Troy is going to fill on the inside, so Slayer's on the outside, back up in the 3rd position. Slayer's on an almighty drive, and he's standing up in the seat of that car. TK is alongside as well. TK is past Bradfield up into 9th position. Now there's Maldonado in the background as well. Maldonado, I think, was just a day late and $1 short on that one there. Oh, Bradfield there, who's just cannot get on the can't get on the loud pedal too much, can he? And look at this, and Maldonado is up into 10th position, and Bradfield dropping down into 11th position now, and so there it is, and Maldonado is in 10th position now, so she is back in the points set, which is good. Something that Troy is all over the back of the Slayer, and Slayer's gone wide there, so Troy's going to go up and under, is he? He's gone up and under. Slayer, Slayer couldn't defend there, could he? And that is it then, so Slayer then dropping down the order, but Slayer's trying to keep on to the back of Troy. Troy has got an 8-second deficit between himself and New Potato then, with 7 laps to go in the Grand Prix. He'll have a tire advantage here, and he has a pace advantage as well, doesn't he? Troy is going to have DRS there from Farf, and Slayer are going a very long way on these medium tires, and Bradfield as well. I think the Bradfield, though, unfortunately is now in no man's land there, isn't he? Unfortunately, he's kind of run those tires to the edge of the limit. That's such a shame. Look at how much Slayer's dropped back now. Nigel's also coming out in a royal rating, not so well. I think Nigel going onto the medium tires may have cost him. They may have cost him this race potentially. There he is in the background. He is about a couple of seconds back, and he's going to be looking over his shoulder then, because I think it's going to be Murphy and Gamer coming out behind him as well. Slayer's got another 3-second penalty to his name as well. On board then, there is Nigel in the foreground there, so this is going to be crucial, isn't it, now for Nigel going on the medium tires. I think it's costing so Tommy now in the 12th position, Gordon dropping down to 13th, Ayrton in 14th position, Curly Red in a 15th position. And this battle here has been magnificent. I said all through the race then. Gamer and Murphy have just been following each other, aren't they? Magnificent stuff indeed there. TK and Maldonado are 3 seconds away from this gaggle of cars at the moment. And Farf has got a 3-second penalty, as the penalties are really racking up. There they are at the moment. There's Farf is off there. Oh no! And Farf has got a penalty there. He's on an absolutely incredible race there, but he is off the circuit there. And a brilliant, an absolutely fantastic race there for Farf after after a nightmare start. And what a shame now for Farfar. Oh, my goodness me. And he didn't deserve that, did he, Farf, didn't today? I think he drove absolutely superbly well. But he was at the edge of those tyres, wasn't he? I think the Farf becoming in the pits are probably going for a fast as that now. You do not get a point for fast up, do you? It's not like WNR there where you get fast out, which I think is a great idea, actually. And a really good idea indeed, isn't it? And it keeps drivers very much intrigued then. So, yeah, I think that's a cracking idea. Formula E used to do that as well, didn't they? And we're just coming down into a turn one. Cirrus Mushroom currently very much on the rear end then, but look at this, and they're all gaining on Slayer. And look, Slayer is struggling now. Nigel is going to have to get the job done quite pronto. The gap at the front is down to 7 seconds or just under. I'm surprised at how little that gap has gone down. New Potato could be on course for a famous Grand Prix win here in Mexico here tonight, and he is on the edge of puncture territory, as Dylan mentioned in the comments earlier on then. Now we've got a group of cars behind Slayer. And I think that Slayer, I hope the Slayer hasn't got his track map on them. Perhaps, and I think it's a good time to turn off then, because you will see that he's got a conga line behind him then, in the form of Nigel, Murphy, Gamer, Cirrus Mushroom, and TK, and Washman not too far back either. But yes, Nigel's having a look then, but that's going to be a wing damage, or a wing damage that New Potato's going through again. And so New Potato's going to the end of the race. Now that is for sure, isn't it? That is a fact then. That's maybe a daily on the door shot for me, but I could say safely now there is a fact. Mando's got a 3-second penalty for her calls then. Now we've got rear wing action as well. Looks Slayer trying to break the slipstream, but Nigel there is just coming like a freight train. He is past and he has moved past Slayer. Is Dan going to get past it? I don't think he is then. And he isn't there. So I'm wondering if Mercedes might play some games here then. I think that Mercedes then is Washman is defending against TK, or is she getting past TK? I don't know. We've got just watching Murphy going this way and that way. He's now at the inside. He takes the position and he is through and having the full position there. Kakarot Goku saying this is going to be close, and Slayer having to get out of it. So Gamer's up the outside. He passes his teammate. And Slayer there is now behind as well. So Slayer unfortunately is now really struggling on these tyres. That 33 out 36 there. The gap is not coming down as quickly as what I thought it would be. New Potato is doing an absolutely sublime job then. Sublime job then. He's doing a brilliant, absolutely tremendous performance indeed there from New Potato. Magical stuff indeed then. Oh, brilliant stuff. And Cirrus Mushroom then, who is now then right underneath the rear wing of Slayer as well. Murphy and the Gamer are now going to be licking their lips then for Nigel's third position. Nigel does not have a penalty though, so keep that in mind as well then. 5.8 seconds the gap is then. I think New Potato's doing a great job. He's done 17 laps on the medium tyres. They are very close to puncture territory, but Nigel is definitely very much keeping it very much that tyre is keeping deflated. No, flated. I mean inflated. I don't know what I'm saying. Nigel is lost out then as Murphy is now past Nigel, moved over to third position there. Young Tommy is in the points as well. Bradfield dropping down into 11th position now, and unfortunately there's Bradfield got himself back into the points after Force mishap then, unfortunately. Earlier on. How many pounds does New Potato have? You're very right there, my good man, Kakarot Goku. Yes, he's got 12 seconds worth of penalties. New Potato has there, and now potentially it's going to cost him. Well, it's going to cost him lead then. Is that going to cost him second position as well? I think it might then, but he does. Oh goodness me, I forgot about the penalty there for New Potato. Then. So yeah, New Potato. Oh my word there, and what a shame for New Potato. 12 seconds worth of penalties. Gamer's got 12 seconds as well, hasn't he? No, he's got 18 seconds. Gamer has there. So I got to say, Gamer might be near the bottom of the points there. Nigel is now well, look at that. Nigel's repelling, isn't he, as much as possible. I wonder that might be why Troy is not really putting his toe down, because he knows about the amount of penalties the New Potato has got there. So yes, Troy is leading the Grand Prix then, isn't he? Now out of final turning on lap 35. Cirrus Mushroom then, can he get through then? Cirrus Mushroom is currently on course for a potential podium as well, with the penalties altering the final stands of this Grand Prix then. So this is going to be a very entertaining race into the side. Farf has got a 3-second penalty. Maldonado with a very dirty front wing now. Goodness me, she must have been doing some grass cutting then, as she's down to 9th position now. TK is up to 8th position there. It's open to 8 position, and Game didn't get past Nigel down the start finish straight, which I find quite surprising there. Goodness me. Oh, goodness me, no, but we've got to have a look at the background now, because look, there's Serious Russian having a lunge on the inside of Gamer, but no dice at the moment. Check the guy with the leader with the penalties and for, with the penalties, and let's just take a look then. So, yes, at the moment, and so with the penalties, and at the moment, New Potato will drop down into, for 6th position, something like that. TK's got another penalty to its name as well, and Gamer, remember, has got 18 seconds worth of penalties there. I thought Gamer lost it there, didn't he? Because I said a bit of a squirrel there from the Mercedes driver as well. Murphy's got a penalty to his name, and we're on lap 35 out of 36. Now we're on lap 36. New Potato has had a magnificent stint there on these medium tires. So is Slayer. So is Bradfield as well. But Bradfield is not going to get any points there for his efforts there. But Slayer's done a great job. Gamer's got another penalty to his name as well. And there are the penalties now. Then, so you can see then, look at this. It's a Nigel trying to defend his. They were on board now with Serious Mush, and then there's New Potato's got another penalty. That's 15 seconds. He's going to drop down into 7th position at the late set. Is he? No, maybe 6, I would say. Oh, goodness gracious me. Irish will be third with the penalties there. As gonna say, look at this. That is now we've got Gamer off the circuit as well, and coming back on. Then the gap is down 5 seconds as well. This is New Potato, and look at how delicately he's reaching those tires then, and he's also squirreling off the back of the final of the turn number 6, I think it is there, isn't it? We're on board now then. Troy is going to win the penalties. Congratulations, a great race there from Troy. Now, as we're just watching, and as we're just watching, New Potato, I think, has done a major job, hasn't he, today on those tires. It'd take so long as well, New Potato. If he didn't have so many penalties there, this would have been an absolutely incredible drive for New Potato then. And he's now coming out of the final turn. And hats off to New Potato then. I think that he is, if it wasn't for penalties, he would definitely be, that would have been a magnificent race there. Out of the final turn then. And Troy wins the Mexican Grand Prix. And that is his 10th Grand Prix win of his career and the season as well then for Troy. And second position is Serious Mushroom. What a performance there from Serious Mushroom. Absolutely amazing stuff. Nigel's dropping down the order. What's happened to Nigel then? And what has happened to Nigel? I don't know, to be honest. We're going to have to review that, but Nigel's dropped all the way down the order. I thought he would have been on the podium there, Nigel, with that. Yes, Nigel's back up in second position now. I thought he would be. Nigel is in second position then. Absolutely incredible stuff. Great drive from New Potato. Yeah, he did. He got 5th in the end. And Murphy in 4th, and great 17. While the order is jumbled all over the screen at the moment then. So we're going to have a quick look at that, I think, now. Seriously, I said, I'll feel robbed, but I'll take a sec. I'll take it out. The blooming game teased me there. Murphy gets started today then, and great stuff indeed there. He's standing there as handsome as ever, isn't he? Well done indeed to Dan Murphy. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Great race everyone from Serious Mushroom. I really very good stuff indeed. Very hair and scare moments there. I am absolutely saturated now, so I'm going to have to go and have a shower. And Serious Mushroom, nice, a second nice race indeed there. It's a good 40 out of point now. I've got to say, I'm confused to see who's finished where, to be fair. Very good stuff indeed. Should have got second, but I'll take, should have got the P7, but I'll take the points. I hate this track there from Slayer as well. Slayer did a great job. I think that, New Potato, Slayer and Bradfield did an absolutely fantastic job, didn't they, on those tyres? Let's take a final look from the classification then from the Mexican Grand Prix then. I'm not going to say it was all jumbling around afterwards, but I think that this is the final official classification then. But we'll find out then, shall we? So Troy won the Grand Prix. I think that the Renault are the World Constructors Champions as well then. So fantastic stuff there from the Renault team. Absolutely great stuff, and hopefully far from enlightened me. Second position is Nigel. Never mind. He's left there. Third is Serious Mushroom. Murphy 4th. Potato 5th. Tommy 6th, Bradfield 7th, Slayer 8th, TK 9th, Welshman Nodder in 10th position there. I thought the session was going in then. So those are the top 10. Out of the top 10 then is Gordon in 10th position. Gamer gets a fast 7-12 fair. Unfortunately, the penalties really robbed him in points there. Ericsson in 13th, Curdy 14th, far from 15th for Thomas was BP, Echo, and Real Johnny then. But I think Real Johnny really caused the issues there for Echo, unfortunately. Murphy gets the driver of the day. Absolutely great stuff indeed. Marnold gets the final points for TK, who was on the front of the grid there, only finishing P9 in the end. Slayer did a great job, and so did young Tommy as well. And both the relegation protagonists there will be very happy there to keep themselves out of that as well. So that is very impressive stuff indeed there from those drivers down the bottom now. And oh my word, there. Hang on, let me take off my headset. Oh gosh, there. So as soon as I took off my headset, a flutter of sweat just came out of my ear. That's a bit grim, isn't it? Right then, so I've got Nigel in the old chat. Then there's